Alright, so we'll start with any new characters for notes. Welcome everyone to tonight's game, by the way, of Dungeons and Dragons. It's me again, your dungeon master. Um, yeah, we'll do some prep first, and then we'll get into our game. So for prep, we'll start with anyone who doesn't have a character. So, and then those who recently created characters will work with you as well and get your characters noted down so you can play. That's gonna be like gold. We'll have to note Claudius's stuff. Make sure you're good. And then I think everyone else has a character, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Epic. All right. So then everyone else is just gonna do some prep. But gold needs to get his character written up,
Yes. All right.
and you're gonna be Claudius, the veteran.
Obviously.
Cool. All right. You already sent your notes to the record channel.
Yes.
Awesome. I see them. Thank you.
No problem.
All right. I'm just gonna copy these down. I might have a few questions. Make sure you're good to go. All right. Cool. I got your notes. Do you understand your role as a fighter?
Yes.
Alright, very good. Uh, just gonna go over the basics. As a fighter, you're gonna be responsible for fighting, of course, and you're gonna have fighting skill. This is the house tool we have. Basically, at level 1, you'll get 1 extra attack, at level 5, at level 10, and that's it. Since we don't go past expert level, that's our house rule. It's kind of based on the white box rules for higher hit dice against smaller hit dice, has more attacks. Um, so you'll have 2 attacks. Okay, and then that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
And the bonus AC? No?
no, that's it.
Oh, they removed the bonus AC from fighter?
So yeah, that's why I'm just going over it because I know you haven't played in a long time. So
Wait, so does Demi Healers get that too?
I'll go over the dwarf again
Okay.
when I get to you, so you know what house rules you have for the dwarf besides the basic rules. Alright, so that's gold done, and then let me find your character next. Then do UB.
I mean, it's called Vadik. Vadik.
I'm still looking. 1 second.
Squid, what are you eating?
Huh?
I mean, a hot pocket.
Ah, nice.
I would have made some eggs, but didn't have time.
Mm.
You can if it doesn't take you that long, you can go grab food. I'll just talk to you last for prep.
No, you good, bro. I already got like a hot pocket.
Alright, cool. Man, I don't know why I can't find them. Vadik.
I have his sheet here if you just wanna copy
Oh,
paste.
I found them. Never mind.
Okay.
Wait. Hmm. Yep. Okay. Found it. All right. So you have 5 silvers. Do you need to prepare anything?
What's
I'm
my
gonna
equipment again?
I'm gonna make sure that that's correct. See if you got paid and forgot to mark it. But do you think you have more than 5 silvers?
Doubt it. I doubt that. You can definitely check. Maybe I'm in the wrong.
All right. That's like the current notes I have of your character.
Okay.
Yep, that's it. That's all you've got. I just saw your last payment was 3. So this dwarf has 5 silver, 8 experience. Um, you're wearing a coat of mail. You've got helmet, shield, spear, a unserviceable short sword, or in disrepair. If you want to repair it, it would cost you 5 coppers.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
have
Well,
a short bow and I think 5 arrows. I think you used some, but you forgot to track ammunition, so I just halved it.
okay. I'll just buy some arrows and repair the sword. That should be it. What about my retainer? I think I had one.
I'll say that's gonna cost a silver piece in total.
Sure. Whatever.
Do you wish to try to find your retainer in town and recruit them into your party?
I mean, yeah. Why
It's
not?
been a very long
Possible.
time since you've seen him, right? Because you've been out of action for a while.
Actually, speaking of, I have no silvers. I'll just leave it be.
Okay, maybe another day. But we
Yeah.
should have a sizable crew, so you wouldn't have to worry about, yeah, retainers then. Just yourself for this one. All right.
And what about dwarf again? Are you gonna tell me something about him?
Yes. So the dwarf house rule is simplified because the fighter no longer has that other house rule anymore. Um, so of course that means dwarf doesn't have it either, right? We're going back to kind of basics still. You're still gonna get some benefits because we don't use infravision here, so you cannot see heat. Um, you can still use any weapon, and crafting uh, is half the cost for you because you're a dwarf and dwarves are supposed to be good at crafting based on the description. So, for
Mm-hmm.
example, construction of strongholds will cost half as much for you.
Okay. That seems to be useless at the moment, but yeah.
Um, this might include normal items too. So, uh, let's
What
see.
if I try to repair the sword right now myself?
You repaired it. Might cost half as much, but at the same time, there's a certain amount of time you have to spend to repair something. So there would
Yeah.
have been plenty of time since your character has been away for a long time, but it's not really worth it at this point since it's only a few copper pieces to repair the short sword. Now, if it was your
I
armor, then yeah, you might want to repair it yourself.
okay.
Let's see. But that's the house rule for them. They already have a lot of benefits, of course. All the
I
extra
assume the
languages.
monsters also lose the benefit of the fighter that was
Yeah, of course.
like okay.
So
But
they would not fight as level
they
1
also
or level
still
2.
gain a double. No, only fighters.
Only
Okay.
fighters. That's only
Only
fighters.
only fighters. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Um.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So that'll be only adventuring fighters.
Yeah, I get
Okay.
you.
For yeah, and that would maybe also humans that are considered to be fighters as well, like
Mm-hmm.
veterans and lords and such. All right. Everyone else, thank you for your patience. Cool. Okay, next is gonna be, and then when I get to you, try to know what you want to do for prep. Keep it simple, because if you have a lot of things to prepare, you have to talk to me outside of the game. You should only have a few things to prepare, just for this game, right? So, Idol's next. Okay, Idol, you're playing as Eden. Alright, your wounds have healed from your last adventure. Okay.
All right. Can you tell me, please, when it comes to leveling for XP, do we still get like a 5% bonus for having a high prerequisite?
Yeah, so whenever you choose to spend money on XP, we'll apply the bonuses then and there. So because it could change, right? But when you choose to spend it, best time to spend and pay for XP is when your character is like good intelligence, good ability scores, and such. So you get the prerequisite bonus.
Right. So,
Mhm.
is it okay if I offer something for sale to the other party members right now?
Sure, if it's not the great list. What do you have?
It's a scroll of protection from lycanthropes. I would like 10 silver for it if anyone wants to purchase it.
Anyone wish to purchase a scroll of protection? Anyone can use this scroll. Doesn't matter if you're a magic user or not.
I
This
don't
is a
have
protection
money.
scroll.
I'm
So it's a
broke.
pretty good
How much
item.
silver
This
I
is a
have?
pretty good deal. It's just not very useful right now.
Yeah, I thought I might be better in the hands of someone who plays more than I do.
Ooh, I
Alright,
don't. So
you guys think about it. If you want to buy it from her later, that's fine. Just let me know.
All right. So, as I recall, I dished my torches and tinderbox last session, so I would like to replenish those.
Okay. Yeah, you're out of torches and the tinderbox. Alright, so then that's gonna cost you 2 silvers.
Okay.
Is that okay?
No, but I'll spend it anyway.
Alright. You're down to 106.
0.5.
Oh, right. 10. Are you sure? It says 108 on my sheet.
I had 108.5, but whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. 106.5.
someone just joined in asking if they could join us. Like he just joined the server. In discussion.
Let me
We're
see where
still
he's
in
from.
prep. It could be
We
alright.
don't typically allow latecomers anymore. It slows our game down too much. Oh, he's from an OSR server. Okay. He could be a reputable person then. Sure, we're in prep time. I'll open it up for him. It's always good to have new players. Thank you, Tala.
All right, I'm all done, by the way.
Awesome. Alright, I'll get your torches and tinderbox, and then good to go. Hello, and welcome, Blade.
Ah, thank you.
You are joining our game today, so welcome. And we're currently in our prep time. All right.
I thank you. I thank you for joining me. I mean, sorry. I thank you for allowing me to join. Sorry.
Of course. Welcome. Yeah. It looks like you're from another OSR server, so I can safely assume you kind of know a little bit about old school style D&D.
Yes, indeed. I've actually played a few sessions, so yeah.
Awesome, perfect. We'll get you rolled up, and then you can join us. It's very simple here.
Alrighty.
Let's see. Okay, let me get you a role so you can type in the roleplay channel if need be.
Alrighty.
The roleplay
Sounds
channel is the channel we'll be using while we're gaming.
good. Copy.
And then we are currently streaming the game if that's okay with you.
That's all perfect. I I do stream myself, so that's all fine with me.
Awesome. All right. We always usually do new players first, so we just got done preparing one of our returning players. So then Eden's good to go with her torches and tinderbox. Let's see, Tinder. So we'll get you a character rolled up then. Since you're there.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Alright,
My
so
name,
for
sorry?
dice rolls here, how we do it is you have to choose your method. The standard method is the dungeon master will roll the dice for you. Otherwise, you can choose to roll with a dice bot if you want, or you can use your own dice, but you must use a camera if you use your own dice.
Copy.
So what would you prefer to use throughout the game? Your own dice, dice bot, or the referee rules?
I might use dice bot for this.
Okay, so in the roleplay channel, the command will be /roll. Your first dice rolls are going to be /roll space 6 space 3d6 to generate your ability scores 3d6 down the line.
Alrighty. /roll 3d6. Was it slash? You said command?
Yeah, should be /roll space 6 space 3d6. And when you type it, a bot should allow you to like type into its command box.
Copy. Right. There you go. First one. 11.
Okay.
Next one.
All right, good to go.
is-
Keep going.
Yep. 13.
Mm.
These are good ones so far. Another 11. 7. 8. Oh. 12.
All right,
6. Yep,
not
there
too
we go.
bad. Looks like a magic user to me, or a fighter
Alrighty.
or a cleric. What do you think?
Let's see. So if I remember, the second one is my wisdom, correct? Six.
Intelligence.
Oh, intelligence. Ah, okay. Hmm. You know what? That's fine by me. Magic user it is.
Okay, and then go ahead and roll a d4 for your hit points.
Alright.
Nice. You
Well
have a
then,
-1 adjustment, but the minimum is 1.
I got 1 hit point.
Alright, so then this is where our game is a bit different than other BX games. We have our own house rules for the economy system. We use a economy that's based on the standard economy system, but so like some of the math is just converted to different numbers, but it's supposed to reflect a more medieval economy. So your bow is not going to cost 10 times as much as a sword. It's going to be the other way around. A sword would cost 10 times as much as a bow. And most adventurers are going to be hunters. They're going to have bows. It's one of the primary weapons in the medieval era. So let's see, bows and spears and such. You also don't get a lot of money here. We have a lot of adventurers coming through every now and then. And we don't stick to one part in particular. This is an old school gaming group that is like whoever shows up plays. It's similar to a West March and an ongoing campaign. So you just like hop on like an MMORPG whenever you got time, but characters come and go all the time, so you never know who you might party up with next week. Let's see.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
And your money is very small in this game. You only start with 36 silvers. Silver's the basic currency instead of gold here. Let's see. So you'll be starting with 13. Oh wait, go ahead and roll 3d6. Sorry, my bad. So go ahead and roll, yeah, 3d6 when you're ready. That will be
Yep, there we go. This will be 6 silver.
6. Okay. So then we also require every adventurer to wear a set of clothes. The dungeon is full of diseases, And one of the main ways to die in our game is disease. So you need the clothes. It's gonna contain enough clothes to protect you completely. You have like a pair of gloves, boots, trousers, belt, tunic, hood and cloak if you want, but about 10 pounds or 10 articles of clothing. Let's see. So medieval clothes. You're gonna basically feel like you're in a wetsuit though in this dungeon, because it's gonna be full of mold or gases and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Next, you're gonna need a weapon. So everyone, unlike in normal D&D games where you can throw daggers, a magic user, or whatever, ours you don't have to worry about weapon restrictions here because everyone fights. Fighters is still the better or the best at fighting. We have a house rule that ensures that, and they're gonna be still very good at fighting. But everyone here can wear armor or weapons of any kind. Of course, clerics will refrain from using edged weapons against the living if they don't want to gain disfavor, and of course, the more lithe characters like these will refrain from heavier armors if they want to move and climb quicker, and magic users if they want to carry more equipment and supplies to help research and study the dungeon, they will go with lighter armor. But fighters and all that, you'll stick to the heavy armor and stuff. Yours is a magic user. Don't really have to worry about armor early on. It's gonna be too expensive for the most part. The cheapest armor you can afford, if you want some, is a gambeson. A gambeson's 2 silver pieces. All peasants should be able to afford at least a gambeson. Let's see.
All right.
If you want one, you don't have to. But I first recommend a missile weapon. So either a sling, shortbow, longbow, or crossbow.
I think you would be going for probably a bow. Would be more.
Yes. Okay. So the crossbow in our game is that still has a reload time. It deals the most damage, 1d10. Has the highest range and accuracy. Longbow is like the machine gun here. It's 1d8 every round. It has really good range too, but it's large, like a crossbow. And shortbow is small, easier to carry. It's 1d6 every round. The price is 3 silvers for a shortbow and quiver of arrows, 4 silvers for a crossbow and case of corals, and 5 silver for a longbow and quiver of arrows. So which of those would you like?
Sorry, what was second?
There's the shortbow, crossbow, and longbow. 3, 4, 5 silver respectively. You only have 5 silver left, so I recommend maybe the shortbow or the crossbow.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get the shortbow. That's the one.
So then you'll have 2 silver left over for maybe a melee weapon or a bag to carry loot with.
I
some
would definitely
tools.
get a bag. I would definitely get a
Okay.
bag for that.
Alright, so there's 2 kinds that you can afford. There's the sack bag, it's basically like a leather sack. And then there's the bag or the leather satchel. So that costs 2 silvers. The sack bag costs 1 silver. It carries 20 pounds of gear. The bag, the satchel, carries 40 pounds of gear. But that's 2 silvers.
Alright.
So would you like the sack or the bag?
I will definitely take the sack.
Okay. And you have 1 silver left. Would you like to buy a melee weapon or some kind of tool? Supplies?
I think for the most part I'm gonna be saving that for later.
Save it.
That's what
Okay,
I'll do.
in case you need it.
So, just in case.
Good to go. Yeah.
Alright.
Alright. Last thing. Oh shoot, we forgot to forge you a spellbook, which will cost you 2 silvers. My bad. So that's on me. We're gonna return your sack. Spellbook costs 2 silvers. It's an empty spellbook. So,
Yeah.
if it's alright with you, we're gonna return your sack and spend the rest of your silver and get you an empty spellbook. That's on me. My bad. Let's see
No
what I
worries,
forgot
you're
to
good.
mention.
You're
We
good.
have empty spellbooks here required for magic users to purchase to fill with their knowledge. So your spellbook will start with some magic spells, and in our game we allow you to choose your spell. You can choose 1 spell, or you can go with 2 random spells or 2 preset spells. These set spells are good for long-term players. They don't do anything by themselves, but they will help you progress faster as a magic user. These are of course read and detect magic. Otherwise you can go with 2 random first level spells or 1 of your choice. Let's see.
Definitely going for random. That's more fun.
Sounds good.
Right.
Alright, we'll get 2 random spells for you. I'll go ahead and roll 2d12 for that.
Alrighty. 2d12 is it? Yes. Alright. 2d12. 11 and 6.
Okay. You got sleep and you got magic missile. Some of the deadliest spells in the game.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fucking nice,
I
man.
I love that. Heck yeah. Let's go.
1 hit point, be careful.
I know, right?
Get this guy to level 2 and you can memorize both of them. But at the start, you can only memorize one of these two spells. You just have the option of switching between them. So,
Copy. So I learned these spells of sleep and magic missile, but I can only use what? Copy.
indeed,
1 per day.
one per day.
One per
Yeah.
day. Alright.
Every day you can choose a different one.
Alrighty. Sounds very good.
What shall be the first
Magic
one you want to
missile.
memorize for this adventure? I recommend sleep, but some like to go with magic missile in case sleep is already memorized.
You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna roll d4. 1, 2, it's gonna be sleep, and 3, 4 will be magic missiles. I like that. So let's do that one. Okay. 1 d4. Oh, it's gonna be sleep.
Classic. Alright. So,
Alright.
magic use in our game, the house rule is that you can use any armor, any weapon. There's no reason why you can't here. Everyone fights. And then, also, another thing to note is that your main primary quiz is going to be intelligence. And why that's important is because not just civil. Every ability in our game helps you with 3 things. Intelligence will help you with cognition, which will be like basically a primary quiz bonus, so it manages to potentially get 2 bonuses for XP.
Yeah.
And then secondly, it will give you extra languages. You can choose your languages as they come up, and you can switch them out. So you can choose to forget one at the end of the week and start learning a new one. You can just like clear your language list, and it's once you're in the adventure, we can assume that you were studying that language. So that's how we do languages here.
So
You can choose to
basically,
know it as soon as you encounter a monster. Yeah.
Okay, so I begin with my just default languages from my class, right?
Yep. Just to comment. We don't have alignment languages here. Instead, you'll have
got
a human dialect for free based on where you start. So you will have the common tongue of the kingdom, and then you'll have your village's dialects. So you can communicate with people from your hometown, wherever you are. Let's see.
Copy.
Mhm.
All right.
And then let's see. Lastly, the most important thing is our intelligence bonus will also help with your magic spells. It will just give you a penalty or bonus based on your intelligence. In this case, you have a 13, so it's a +1 to any roll that you make for your magic spells. So in this case, it will be 2d8 +1 hit dice worth of monsters that you'll put to sleep. So it will be 2d8, and then after you roll it, you'll get a +1 bonus.
Copy. All right.
Okay, now that's pretty much everything. There's only one thing you gotta
Alright.
choose before you're done. You have to choose a medieval or a fantasy name. If you choose a fantasy name, it should be medieval in essence, or it should have some kind of medieval root. Because your name in our game will reflect your character's culture and sex.
Copy. Well, definitely he's gonna be a male, and for his name, I'm gonna be probably gonna go for. I'm thinking. I know one. Melfic. Name's Melfic. How you doing?
That's good. Very good choice. Welcome to the party, Melfic the Medium. Is it
Yes.
MELF? IC?
MELF. 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 IC. Melfic.
Melf,
Melfic.
I've been summoned.
Hey, you're a DILF, not a MILF. Alright. Let's see. Next is
My
gonna
name is
be
Melf.
yeah. So welcome, and then yeah. To everyone else, thank you for your patience. Sylvia, you're next.
Hola, I just wanna buy a pot.
You just want to buy a pot? Okay. Let me find your sheet.
Cleo.
Shoot, I've gotta go put my food in the refrigerator. Be right back.
And we never heard from him again.
Please don't say that.
And
There you
thus, he never returns.
Bro, you for real? You really came in here and just asked everybody to that word? Like, dog.
I haven't played in a while. Who's leading? I'm guessing it's Ida.
Oh, actually, real fast. Who's gonna buy food?
I don't have the fucking money.
I could.
Didn't I do buy food? I thought he did.
Who?
Eden, did you buy food?
Eden's a woman.
What?
No,
Eden's
I
a
didn't.
woman?
I didn't buy food
Okay.
yet. Why don't we wait
Yeah.
until the end and then we can see what kind of money's left over and talk about
Okay.
food.
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, so for now, just worry about yourself, and then when it comes to party purchases, we'll discuss that.
Okay. I bought a pot and that's it for me.
There we go. Much better. Just change my username. And
Standard organization format. Someone sounds happy.
Oh, I found it.
they do.
Wait, no, that's Sophia. Never mind. Leo.
Welcome back, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Cleo. Wait, you're Cleo, right? Let's see.
Yes, Cleo.
Okay. Alright, cool. Then Jasper is just retired, correct?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just gonna note that down. Alright. So as Cleo, the apprentice, you said you wanted to purchase a pot.
Yes,
Is that
just a
one
pot.
silver, right?
Yeah.
Cool. You have 2 silver left. And a pot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
The old
I'm
pot got
still
lost,
under 20
or?
pounds.
Mhm. How do you plan to carry the pot? By hand, or do you want to purchase a bag for it?
By hand.
Okay. So I would say you can string it up and wear it over your shoulder.
Yes, thank you.
Just planks against your hips. Okay. Alright then. Add you to the party. I've got 5 of you down, and there's another 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're almost there. Sylvia, you're gonna be next. Welcome back. It's been a minute. You're playing as Voski. You have 2 silvers. Does that sound correct to you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Just checking if you have any missed payments. Doesn't look like it. Yeah. Okay. Would you like to purchase anything? Or do you have any questions before we begin?
Do I actually have like a spell book already or no?
Yes, you do. It has read and detect magic. You currently have detect
Okay.
magic
Well,
memorized.
like play.
Okay.
Do I have any weapons? Because I remember I only gave like my bow to a certain someone.
You have a longbow, and you have 10 arrows, and you have a two-handed sword. And
Oh,
two
then I'm all
bags.
good.
Okay.
Wait, can I give my bag to like Theo or Cleo?
Cleo. Okay. Sure. He only
Or
has. You want
yeah.
to give him one of your bags? You have two.
Yeah. I'll give him one of my bags.
All right then.
Wait, you're giving me a bag.
Is that
Yeah.
alright with you, Cleo?
I
I
don't
don't
want a
think we're
bag. I do
He
not want a
doesn't want
bag.
it. Oh, okay. Do you want to take it back?
okay.
You could give
Or
it
just
to our
start it?
newcomer.
Anyone
Oh
want the free
yeah.
bag before I write it back on her sheet?
Give it to Malfic. We couldn't get the
Melfic?
sack
Yeah,
he
I'll give
wanted.
it to Malvik.
So he can
Yes.
carry up to
Yeah.
50 pounds of gear then, if he has a bag.
Oh,
Or not
perfect.
50,
Thank you.
but it'll be
Yeah.
20 plus 40, 60. Yeah.
Thank you for this bag. I
Fine.
appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh wait, he
And that
didn't.
is
Yeah, he
all
didn't
for
have a
me.
sack. That's right. We had to return it. Never mind.
Yep.
So he can carry 40 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Then that means Sylvia is ready.
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. And then next is gonna be Squig as Baldric.
I'm just gonna go ahead and buy a Morning Star.
Nice.
All right. That should be 5 silver.
That's 5 silvers and I have 8.
Okay.
And I don't have any damaged gear. I am kind of low on arrows. How much is it for... Can I buy some more arrows for my short bow?
How many arrows do you have?
6.
Okay, cool. Thank you. 10 arrows is 1 silver.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay.
So that's 16 arrows.
Alright, so you should be at
2 silvers?
2 silvers. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 silvers.
Thank you.
Real fast.
Mhm.
Do you know what my dexterity is?
Yes. It is 9.
I missed my wisdom, constitution, and charisma as well.
Okay. So your strength is 14, your intelligence is 10, your wisdom is 8, your dexterity is 9, your constitution is 4, and your charisma is 15.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Good to go.
Quick question. How much arrows did I get when I get my short bow, by the way? Or did I not start with any?
You start with 10.
Okay, thank you.
Alright. Next is Tala. Welcome back, Tala. It's been a very long time since you've last played.
Been. Yes.
Let me see if I can still find your sheet.
Yeah. Should have it laminated on your wall.
One of the earliest pages. We're already like maybe a dozen pages deep into this notebook. This is the second notebook I had to get this year for characters.
Oh, what the characters die?
Okay. What's your Ursula. Okay.
Ursula, the character that somehow manages to assassin things with a greatsword.
And you're okay with playing as Ursula, or do you want to retire Ursula?
No, I don't want to play with her. I want her to die a noble death.
You don't want to. The best outcome is to retire. Your character will live on the game in the game world as an NPC.
I'll find a way to make my legacy known, but I do want her to die.
Okay, so you're gonna play as her.
Don't worry,
Until she-
Ursula. Don't
until she
worry,
dies.
Tala. I'll have you.
Your
I'll write
wish,
you down.
Do a
your
dance
wish
run.
is my command.
Your legend shall be told by many others before you.
Literally. Don't worry, Tala.
I mean, you're
write
the
down
only
your
memory of
legacy.
anyone that you played with in the past. I'm pretty sure all the characters you played with back then are dead or retired.
Really?
So if
For
you die,
both
their story
of them?
dies with your character, right? So.
Fuck me. I need to make like kids or something.
All right. Well, Ursula's already the heir to Norin, so she's very young. She can't have kids yet. So
Who says? You
she's
know. Fuck it.
Who's
about, you know, she's less than old enough, or she still has a lot of years ahead of her before she might settle down.
Maybe. We'll
All
see.
right.
That was
See, my
like not
father's
on my
Norin. He's dead. So.
now on my watch.
All right, but you're okay with playing as Ursula for this one? You'll be with a bunch of level 1 characters.
Me? Yeah, I'm fine
Yeah.
with that.
Okay, cool.
We have knowledgeable players in our party.
That's true. No reputable houses here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Alright. Do you need to prepare anything? You have 67 silver.
Oh, hype. I didn't know I had that much. I need
Whoa!
arrows.
Hello, best friend.
Fuck off.
Remember me since we were in
Who are
elementary
you?
school?
Sorry, I don't know who you
Van Dyke's a totally different character from the one you
are.
may have played
You
with.
look familiar, but I don't know you. I need arrows. I can settle the food and the torches, so you guys don't have
Alright.
to worry about that.
I think you have 5 arrows, you have 15 now. Let's see.
Thank you. 15 arrows.
And then you say you'll buy food for the party?
Yeah, food and torches.
66. Alright.
I don't know
So
how
first
much
food.
is enough.
Your bag can carry up to 80 pounds. So I would
Mm.
say 2 sets of food is good enough. That would be 60 pounds of food.
Okay.
We also have a pot, so we will have 30% more food.
Alright, so we
What
have
do you have
plenty
a
of
pot?
food.
If we use a pot to cook the food, we increase the amount of food we have essentially.
Oh,
Create a
shit.
stew if you have the time to cook stew.
That's... You guys have been learning when I was gone.
I just joined.
Let's see.
What else do I need?
The
Do I
torches.
still have
If
that?
you want to
Yeah.
buy a bag of torches and tinderbox, that's gonna cost a total of 4 silvers for the complete kit.
Okay.
Or are you just planning to buy torches itself?
One of us has a tinder box.
You have a
probably,
tinderbox
right?
yourself.
I do, so
Um,
it doesn't matter.
But you plan to buy
Yeah.
like torches for a torch bearer, like someone else to carry?
Yeah.
Okay, so a whole kit. So a torch bearer kit is a bag, torches, and a tinderbox.
I could just
4
give the
silvers.
tinderbox to... Wait, do I
Okay,
still have
yeah.
a lantern?
You do. Would you like to get
Oh, I
candles
do.
instead, or?
Oh no, I'll get the torch kit for someone else.
Okay.
And then get myself candles.
Alright, sounds good.
Mhm.
So, total price is gonna be 5 silvers then, with candles
For
included.
everything? Oh, okay, sorry.
You already have 2 candles though. Do you still want to buy more?
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay, you have 5 now.
Alright.
And then, you're at 59 silvers. Who would you like to appoint as your torchbearer? Give your
Who
bag
would
to.
like to be torchbearer?
I guess I'll do it then. That's fine by me of all cases, if you
We
want.
need two. We need 2 torchbearers, one at the front, one at the back. So,
I'll-
Real fast,
I'll
I
be the second
recommend
one.
we should
Volsky?
have...
Okay.
I mean,
I already
Yeah,
have
yeah.
torches and
So,
all that.
we can,
wait, Eden, you have torches?
Yeah, I bought torches earlier tonight.
Oh, really?
Real fast,
Oh.
Sorry,
we'll just have extra torches, I suppose.
Sure.
The,
How much torches does Eden have?
1 second, Baldric, I hear you in the background.
Yeah.
I have
Let me finish
10.
this discussion first.
No, I was
see.
just trying to add something to the discussion, that's all.
Oh, okay. What's up, Baldric?
The front torchbearer should probably be a cleric. Given that we're dealing with
That's an
skeletons.
idea. If you guys want to do that.
I agree with that.
Let's see.
Do we have a cleric in our party? Let's see.
Yeah, Cleo.
So
I'm not. I'm not.
Well,
Oh, you're
we'll
not a
handle
cleric.
that later. We'll just do prep first. But
yeah.
um,
Ursula, who do you want to pass your bag to? Bag of torches. Do you want to give it to Bossy
I
or do you want
didn't
to
know
give it to?
Eden already bought. Sorry, I was deafened earlier. Let's set the. I already bought them. Let's just set them aside. We have Eden's torches.
Put them in your bag or your
Fortunato
horse's pack.
Fortunato's a
I put
cleric.
them on the horse. Sorry,
Okay.
what'd you say, Eden?
She said Fortunato is a cleric.
Okay, I see. Can I just get a quick brief of what I have? Because I haven't played it in a while. Not sure of
Alright.
my item.
Cool. Yeah. 1 second.
Sorry.
You're good. So you're currently wearing a set of clothes. You have a key on your belt, a longbow over your shoulder, a quiver of 15 arrows, a bag with 10 torches, and a tinderbox, 2 sack bags, a 2-handed sword, a roll of bandages in one of the sack bags, a draft horse with saddlebags and tack and such, right? Saddle and bridle. It's you're wearing scale armor, scale mail.
Yeah.
You have a lantern hanging at your belt. You have total of 2 tinder boxes. In one of your sack bags, you have a bundle of 5 candles. You also have a hook hanging from your belt. You're wearing a great helm, and you also have a bundle of wolfsbane in one of your sack bags.
Oh, from the last time. Okay. I have that extra bag. Does anyone need it?
You have 2 sack bags and 1 bag.
Yeah. Does anyone need a sack bag?
I already have
Is it
one,
like-
thank you.
Alright. I'll just keep all of that on me. Thank you. That's all for me.
Good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. And finally, last but not least, is Valo as Fortunato.
All I want to do is buy a helmet, and that's pretty much it.
Epic. Let's see. Here we go. From your last adventure, you made. Let's see.
I'm at 6 silver pieces.
6. Okay.
So if I buy the helmet, I'm down back to 1.
Oh, here we go. 6. Yeah. Okay. So then, helmet. Yeah, 1. Alright, epic. And that's prep time for everyone. You guys have finished individual prep, so come back in 5 minutes. That's gonna be the start of the game. So we just finished prep. Now it's time for the adventure.
Nice.
Come back in 5. Use the bathroom. Grab your drinks.
Yeah.
Pencil and paper. I'll see you soon.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Hey, real fast. Bleed.
Yes.
Do you like you seem so familiar to me, and I don't know why.
What's up?
Do I know you from somewhere? Because for some reason, like you just seem so familiar to me, and it's like freaking
He
me
sounds
out.
like he's hitting on you.
No, he like
No, I get
I
what
was
you
thinking the
he's
mean.
same
using
thing.
me.
But he sounds like a couple of different players that I played with from the
I know,
OSR.
right?
Oh shit! I didn't
Like
know
the
this.
fifth. Do you know the fifth? or a Pete, or
Maybe
yeah,
he
I don't
just
know.
has a generic voice.
I've been on the OSR server for a long time.
Hello,
But
Idol.
I don't recall playing with you and anyone named Blade. I don't know if you changed your username at some point.
Well, this was usually my username for a couple months now. Actually, been years since.
Pardon? You broke up there.
I said I had this for username for about nearly for months, maybe 1 year now. So it has been changed most recent, but it is.
Yep. It's a nice voice though. Good job.
Good job.
Why? Thank you.
Do you like stream on Twitch or something like that? Like, I swear I know you from somewhere.
He
I
always
don't know.
said he did.
It's messing me up.
I used to do stream. I'm actually doing streaming before when I for a good 3 years now. I took a break for maybe almost probably 2 or 1 years by now. So I've been taking a break most likely.
All right. Well,
Oh my god, no way, I don't crit there. The fuck is this garbage game?
oh, Yubi, hold on. Know that the stream is still on and there are people.
Man, I have 80% chance to crit and I could not crit. Oh my. No shot.
Yubi,
Yeah,
this is on record.
and he
remember.
gets away. Nice.
Just remember that this is on record, so watch what you say.
I give
Don't say
zero.
slurs, don't say a slur.
Don't say a slur. Don't say
I'm
a
about
slur.
to say it.
We're gonna get Ekin banned on Twitch.
And Ekin will he'll
Let's
like
get
bully
him back
you.
on Twitch.
I'm gonna
Dude.
say it.
Ekin will
But
fucking order an airstrike on your house or something.
All
Yeah.
the Heimlich ist ein Kla
Be advised, enemy AC-1. What the fuck is that airplane called again?
My dogs are here.
Make them bark.
Dog.
Make them bark.
Be advised, enemy AC-130 above. Hmm.
That reminds me, I work with C-130 sometimes.
He does.
Fucking
He does
awesome.
work with C-130s. He's like a. What's your job again? Aren't you an
Yeah.
aircraft engineer?
Yeah.
What happens if you mess up an aircraft?
I'm pretty
And
sure
it crashes.
Lax was like
I'm pretty sure it crashed.
Pretty sure Lax worked on like explosives
C-130s
or
are
something.
awesome, bro. I love C-130s.
Yeah, Lax said he worked on like explosives and as well as like the Osprey.
Yeah,
I was
he's
gonna start
ordnance.
shit talking
definitely.
Yeah,
Lax
ordnance.
for streaming.
How do planes work, Egan?
You want the
Honestly,
long
They
version or the
fly.
short version?
teach me how planes work.
They
Yeah,
fly.
like right now, in length. Tell me
Yes,
everything.
right now.
In 10
How about
minutes.
how
The
about you
long
just delete the
version.
server and open up a class? How about
Yeah,
that?
dude, just start giving up aircraft.
The
lessons.
principle behind how airplanes work are not that hard.
You just gotta get fast enough until you catch the wind and kind of glide.
Yeah, actually that's yeah. That's the principle of it.
I mean, have you seen the
That's how the
first?
first planes worked.
So hear me
Technically,
out
you
here.
don't
If
even
you
need to
just
go
like,
fast enough. You just need to be light enough.
or hear me out here. You just like kind of get a bunch of like fireworks, right? You take a
Kung Fu
cardboard
Panda?
box, the cardboard box, and just start
Kung Fu
strapping
Panda.
fireworks to the side. Put some wings on that bitch. Send that shit to space.
Because how fireworks work, when they are attached to the car box, they are going to go off course and eventually crash into the ground. You need something more stable than fireworks.
Okay. What
You
about?
need like a rocket launcher maybe.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Rocket
Well,
League?
what about this? What if
What?
we just like put two guns on the back of them and just start like firing off rounds? You think the recoil will be enough to propel it?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Alright, so
6
I think you
miniguns
guys
might
have
work.
had a long enough break. We are
BB guns.
going to start the adventure. So, welcome
Alright.
to tonight's adventure. Your party has begun their campaign, or will be resuming their campaign from the village of Gavelon, a medieval
Let's go.
village on the southern frontier of the Kingdom of Bretonia, which is north of you. The citadel or the the town, the city is north of you. But the reason why you're campaigning here this week, or what brings you together as a party, of course, is adventures lying to the south. You can, of course, discuss your plans and finalize your plans this evening at the tavern, but most crews have promised each other fame and fortune, or to work together, promise to work together to seek fame and fortune at the nearby ruins, which are south of here. Adventuring parties from Gavilan have continuously, over the past year, been campaigning against the ruins, and they've made a lot of progress over the year. They have cleared most of level 1 and have even entered dungeon level 2. At the start of last year, the dungeon had caused issues for the southern frontier. These uh, these outlandish folk who have ventured out onto the borderlands have done their best to survive over the past couple of years, but or just last year, they began to suffer against monsters again until adventurers arrived and began clearing the land to the south, and particularly the dungeon beneath Castle Ruin Zavolta. So it's an old human stronghold that was lost to monsters, and adventurers have been clearing out the dungeon this past year, making it safer to travel southward and to live in the village of Gevelon. So there's a lot to be done there still, a lot of work to be done. We know that this nearby dungeon level, or nearby dungeon, so it doesn't go too deep, and we're maybe halfway through clearing it, so completely, unless we can expand it into another dungeon. But we should be done clearing it soon, hopefully, maybe in the next year. Then we can maybe even reclaim that stronghold and that underground labyrinth, right? Make it human territory again. But for now, you find your crew of mostly rookies at this point. As the year continues on, many adventurers continually retire after a time, and many show up to test their luck and test their luck at the dungeon, or adventuring. We have a lot of newcomers, and we have a lot of returning players too. In fact, tonight we have with us from House Ayubi is a returning adventurer, Vedic Dwarven Veteran. We have a new player, a new house is House Blade. Joining us as Melfic, the medium. We have Gold, House Gold. Joining us as Claudius, the veteran, and for a new one as well. We'll have returning characters, Eden, the apprentice of House Idol, a famed house here. Welcome back. And then another respectable house is Silver, and this is Cleo the apprentice, another returning character. Um, a pretty respectable house as well as House Sylvia, joining us as Voski the medium. It's been a while since he has adventured, but he's back. And then we'll have a good house as well, Squig, and joining us as his returning veteran, Baldric. We'll have a very famous house in the village, at least, of House Tala, is Ursula the burglar. And then we have a very reputable house. The final house tonight joining us is House Valo, as Fortunato the Acolyte, a returning character as well. So that's your party. You guys, there's 8 of you seated at the tavern this evening. Maybe for food and drink if you're willing to spend a little bit of money on it, but otherwise you have your own table talking in this nice warm establishment with food and drink all over the place and this nice warm fire. This is the night before day 1 of your adventure, and this night is the night you guys have come together to finalize your plans, to discuss what you plan to do for this adventure, whether to venture out to the lands and search for your own adventure, to start from Gavelon maybe and look around for mercenary work or other contracts or quests, or of course continue campaigning at the dungeon, right? High risk, high reward, but we know it's there, guaranteed. So it's up to you. You guys may discuss at this point.
Who is leading our lovely party today?
Probably the most esteemed one of us.
Which would be Ursula?
Yeah, I'm gonna vote for
I feel
Ursula.
like no,
She's been out of
I
the action for a while, so.
Sure.
yeah, I wouldn't know where to go. I would like to vote for Eden.
I
To be
believe
party leader.
ones who have survived past recent adventures, who are most knowledgeable at the moment, would be in fact Eden the Apprentice, and maybe Baldric the Veteran, and Fortunato the Acolyte, and Cleo the Apprentice. But
Leo
for
has never
sure.
been to the inside the dungeon. The last time
Oh,
she
Cleo.
went,
Okay.
she didn't actually
Didn't
enter.
make it. Hmm.
I think that actually has a pretty good knowledge of the dungeon too.
Who? Who has good knowledge of the dungeon?
Quig.
Baldric, you mean?
Aldrich. Aldrich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want me to, I'll lead.
Yeah, if you all will, I forgot to mention, you know, I'm your dungeon master. I'll be your guide into this world and all that. But you guys will be the players. So you'll be acting as your characters. So we are actually role playing from this point forward, and we do have a new player. So I'll just explain that real quick. Role playing for us means that you're going to talk, think, and do it in as you think in the perspective of an adventure. Do not think yourself as a normal person anymore. You're a soldier of fortune now, and you'll do and think as you think you would do if you were them. So you'll be role playing. This means for us just making good decisions that are based on that role that you're taking on, whether you're a fighter or a cleric. And then, of course, if you want, you can even kind of bring in the immersion, right, by talking as if you're them, right? Um, so it's a storytelling game after all, and the game is played through roleplay. So do your best to roleplay. It's for your own good.
I would like to add, Malfig is not actually in the tavern with everyone. He's actually pretty late, actually, because he's not arriving there yet. He's getting there, so he's like going to be there in a couple of moments until he arrives. That's what I'm saying.
All right. But yes, those are all of our party members so far. The vote is picking a leader. It sounds like. And
I say
Baldric is
I can-
recommended. Eden's recommended.
If you want me to, I'll do it.
Tactically, in the sense of like combat and whatnot, I trust Eden with how her house tends to be, you know.
Well, I feel offended.
Hmm. Hey, shh.
If you feel offended, step up.
Did you just shush me?
Shh, shh, shh. Having a civil conversation.
Shut up.
Wait.
Okay, I say Eden. Does anyone have any objections? Eden, do you object?
Whatever, I'm gonna go get a drink.
I don't care who does it. It's no.
Malfig would enter inside. I'm sorry I'm late. I am very sorry. He runs over to you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be late.
Okay, don't worry about it.
You fine,
You're
bro.
a
You
new
fine.
adventurer?
Hi. Oh, are you? Yes. Sorry. Who's assigned to be the leader again? I'm very sorry. What's? I've been going along with this. Come on.
We're still deciding. Right now, it's between Eden and me.
Oh, really? All
Yeah.
right, that's fair. That's fair.
The
No, I
only-
get you.
But let's make sure we
Looks
take
to
everyone's
be-
opinions into account. Claudius, who do you think would be better, me or Eden?
Honestly, both of your houses are pretty well known for both being decent leaders, so I'm fine with either.
Okay. Cleo?
Eden, because I believe he has been to the dungeon himself.
Fortunato?
Either or, but my vote's for Eden.
Alright, Eden it is then.
I did not.
Whereabouts, Eden?
Ursula, are you doing mapping?
Oh, good question. Fuck.
You don't have to, it's fine.
I have a bit of map I can share from the last time we were down there. You probably already
say-
have. I'll post it.
40% chance we actually make it to the dungeon.
Is anyone else capable of mapping? Or...
I encourage you all to map, but yes, one of you can be a party member if you want.
I've updated from the last one, so I guess I'll take care of it again.
I was okay.
Fortunato. Thank you, Fortunato.
Well, I was supposed to say I could make the map, but I. Oh,
So I've added to roleplay the map I made for level 2, where we retrieve the chest, silver ore in it. Probably a better. I think you've been down there too, so you probably are able to illustrate better than I.
Okay. Yeah, I've updated the map I'm doing with it. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So we know we're going to, yes?
Now
so
we're
you've
always
decided.
short on time, so if we want to get to level 2 and proceed, we really kind of need to move quickly through the dungeon and hopefully not run into encounters on the way there or on the first level, and get down to the second level, and then we can start exploring very carefully. But we've cleared the first level at this point, and so I don't know that we need to move particularly carefully. But I will, if the rest of the party thinks that we do need to move at exploration speed, I will take that. We will do that. If that's what you think.
If I may, real fast, just a word of warning. Recent parties that have been going in have been reporting a lot of skeletons, especially
Then
around the
caution.
hamlet.
Then
That's
caution would be
true.
best. Anything.
But fortunately, we have a cleric, and as long as our cleric remembers to turn the undead when we encounter skeletons, we should be okay.
I don't believe we have a cleric now.
We have a cleric.
We
Ooh.
do have.
Yes, we do have a cleric.
Okay.
Thank God.
I'd like to head to bed. Does anyone have a few last words before we, hit the hay and get on our adventure the next day?
If anyone, if we don't want to go at the exploration speed, since I'm quite fast, I can go and scout ahead and then report back to you guys when we actually get close to the hamlet.
I
That would probably be
would
best.
just, I would just say if we caution would be the great. What was it? Anyway, great caution would be good mention to be this because I think it's better than being dead, of course. So that's one thing I'll say.
Mind you, if we do end up running into a lot of skeletons, we might just want to take their skulls and sell them.
That would be.
Couldn't we, in technicality, then just go grave robbing?
Well, they're walking around, so they're not in the grave.
True.
Alright. Any important words left before we hit hay?
That's it.
I think that's all.
Well, adventurers.
All right.
See you tomorrow.
I don't like how you say it.
So, from here, your party can leave the tavern and find their way to either camp, where they can get some rest for free. Out on the outskirts, you will sleep under the stars this night. It is currently year 11 of the campaign, and it is currently late March. So for those who are new, don't know how this our date system kind of works. We have a calendar. Every game is one game week. There's 3 game weeks in 1 month. A month is made up of the early, middle, and late part of the month. It's currently late March, so it's about next game would be early April then. Every year has, of course, 12 months, and that means there's going to be 36 games per year. So we're on year 11 of the campaign. Let's see. So. Okay. So, did anyone choose to not stay at the camp tonight? You have your own place that you want to go to. Otherwise, you will get some rest together outside of the village on the outskirts.
Isn't there like a rundown mansion on the outskirts?
There's an old house you guys can try to sleep in if you want.
Yeah, let's make our way to the old house.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
You guys want to go there tonight?
Yes.
The only issue is that if you go there, you might be resting among other homeless people.
Oh, I say just camp.
Oh.
That can steal
yeah,
your stuff while you're
camping.
sleeping.
Let's just camp.
Camping. Yeah,
Homeless
would be
people.
camping.
You maintain your own camp. You have a warm fire. You have your soup. Um, Therefore, this evening, as you gather together uh, as a party to eat dinner tonight, your first meal this week as on your adventure, you will only lose 33% less than you would since you're making stew. You got time to do so. To make soup, you'll need a pot, you need an open water source, and you'll need perhaps you know uh, vegetation around you to add some extra things to it, right, as you cook. But the main thing you need is normal food, pot, and water. So, which you do have. Um, let's see. Therefore, instead of losing 8 pounds of food for dinner, you only lost about maybe 6 pounds of food.
Fuck your pot.
Who the fuck stole me bacon?
Yeah.
You're down to 54 pounds of food. Alright,
W
in the
pot.
morning of day 1, you gather around your fire, and after some breakfast and packing your gear, you may discuss your plans before you set out. But what the plans we must discuss is your course of travel. Do you plan to perhaps use the usual route to get to Casus Volta, or some other way, or do you have any other thing you want to discuss?
We're taking the route, yes.
I say we just make our way through down the river.
Yep.
Down the western
Normal way.
side of the river.
Eden is
Alright.
Eden is collar though, so
Sure. So, Eden, what do you
It's
have
up to
to
you.
say as the caller? Anything else you wish to discuss with your party, or are we ready to make a decision as a party?
All right, I suggest that we cross over to the west side of the river and travel that way, so we don't have to cross the tributary that we've been encountering that developed during the winter. We don't know if it's still there, but if we have to cross it without horses, it will be difficult. So let's cross to the west side and go down, south along the river.
Okay.
Alright. So, let us begin the march. A day of travel along the river, from the village of Gavelon to the castle ruin of Suvolta. Soon the village disappears behind you. What is home for most of us could be the last time you'll see it. And after you leave the walls and the surrounding farmlands and the last line of human settled territories, a wooden fence, you're soon marching through forested hills along a river. If you stay close to the river, you're not slowed by the trees or the hills or any shrubberies, really. And the river flows south-southeast. It is a wide river, and it's plentiful. Let's see. As you journey across or along, there will be 3 dice that are rolled. For those who are not familiar, we like to roll a die for a day of travel for wandering monsters. It will do so also for navigation. Pretty much, you can't fail the navigation check, but there can be a decision. If there's a failed navigation roll, there can be a decision just to make sure you're paying attention. Um, and then, of course, if there's a failed weather check, then there could be bad weather that could slow your party down. Alright, a normal day of travel occurs, and your party marches at the rate of medium footmen for the most part. Some of you can move a little faster, but of course we move at the rate of the slowest party members to stay together. And therefore, you get to the Casaruns Volta after a day of marching. So, as a medium footman party, you guys can travel 12 miles a day along the river. And the journey is 12 miles. So, you barely make it in time to kind of just barely see or spot the castle ruins from a safe distance, and that's where you might settle for the night. Otherwise, you can, of course, if you choose to, force march your party. But the distance that you spot the ruins is gonna be a safe distance. It's 80 plus 40. 120 yards is your current position along the river. You're uphill, looking downhill toward the ruins that are surrounded by forested hills and a surrounding hamlet, and the river flows around it, creating a sort of natural moat. That's something you can tell from this position. With the day passing, it's about 5, 4 in the afternoon. It's time to settle in. Adventurers will typically work for about 8 hours, maybe 8 to 12. and then they'll rest for maybe 8 hours, and then they'll get some sleep for about 8 hours. So with the rest of the day, I recommend we'll settle here, make camp, and you guys can discuss tomorrow's plans. How does that sound? Any
Yes.
objections to settling? Okay.
Yep.
Alright, so you make some camp. You're now seated around your fire and making dinner and such. Is there anything you guys wish to discuss? Any questions, concerns? Go ahead and discuss if you'd like.
Yeah. We've been known to run into a lot of things, especially while resting here, so keep your guard up, as well as the fact of there will be skeletons, no doubt about it. So we will at least possibly get some money from them.
Yes, I would agree with you. Also, odd question I need to ask all of you, actually, now I think about it.
Yeah.
How many types of fish out there in the sea? Quite about that.
Well, I mean, we got the classic salmon, but.
Well, yes, but there has to be many, many more of those fish types. I'm quite actually wondering if there's different types of species of fishes or aquatics, of course. I could probably research them in a book. That could be wonderful. Wonderful idea, indeed.
Well, I mean.
Well, I suppose you might be able to make some money from them in town.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're thinking like me, of course.
Do be wary. One of my cousins fell in the water, and apparently a fish the size of a table ate him or something.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I suggest that we set watches while we're preparing to camp.
Yeah, we should have some guys on watch. That would be a good idea.
I can take first shift.
I could probably take the second shift if you want.
I'll take third.
Cleo. All good?
Alright, so you guys set up some shifts. Some of you assign or pick a particular shift. That's fine. Just remind me if it's important. And then, so on a side note, in regards to talking about the sea, you're only about 3 miles from the coast. Let's see, it's here. Okay. So time passes, and as the day passes on, you guys will have dinner together and lunch. You guys had lunch earlier in the day, somewhere halfway throughout the march. I will let you know that to the southwest of you, the forested hills begin to become sparser. In the distance, you can see a sort of bog, right? Many creeks will actually branch out from the river you are following, which were easily crossed, and they will flow toward the southwest into the swamps. Let's see, which you can have a pretty good view over from this position. Alright. So, with a day passing, given that stew was made and you had time and resources or access to the materials to create stew or any kind of soup, you only lost instead of losing 16 pounds of food, you'll lose only 2/3 of that. So I'm gonna calculator, and that's 2
12.
times, or is that 12? Okay. So you only lost 12 pounds of food. So you're down to 42 pounds of food after day 1. Now the night is passing, and it gets cold, and you keep warm, and you stay close to your fire, and you rest, and you have your night watch. And it passes uneventfully. It's a quiet night out here in the wilderness, but the wilderness is not always a safe place. It's actually typically quite dangerous. It's land and territory not controlled by human powers, right? Human settlements and such. So you're beyond that now. So you're in the wilderness. There are dangerous monsters out here. But you're careful, of course. You're not careless. You guys have a night's watch, and nothing occurs. In the morning, after some breakfast, which cost another, let's see, what was that? 8. So 8 times 0.666. Okay. So you lose about 6 pounds of food, and you're down to 36 pounds of food after breakfast. So we're about halfway through our food supply, a little less than half gone. But it's morning now. How would you like to proceed from here? Are you ready to approach the ruins, or do you have another plan?
Yes, let's go to the ruins.
Alright. So we're currently northwest of the ruins. Do you want to directly approach it or some other way?
Before that, I wanna say something. Hey Lot, I just remembered something. A while back, I was told by the church that they would be having some kind of conquest and would be paying adventurers who remove undead from from the bog that we saw today.
Yep, the Crusade's gonna be in the summer.
No. Oh.
I believe we're
Yeah,
still in winter.
I'm just spreading the word, and maybe we
Sure.
can get a head start if you feel like it.
If we have time, we might be able to make a detour.
That would possibly be, yes.
Alright, something to think about. But at this point, the party begins their march to the ruins. The last bit of the journey, it leads you into the ruins, the surrounding hamlet around the castle ruin. So now you're about to pass through about a dozen or so buildings north of the castle ruins. They are now crumbled and in ruin. They're in shambles. All that's left really is the stone foundations of various buildings along the river. There's an old dock, there's a number of smaller buildings, a few larger ones and such, but nothing very important. Just you know, remnants of another society living out here. And there's not much left. And after passing through this part, you reach what appears to be a split in the river. The river now forms a natural moat around the island or the hill on which the castle ruins are on. It's a heavily forested hill. You can only typically approach or cross this river, this moat, with a drawbridge, a bridge. There is in fact a bridge on your side of the river that spans the moat. It is currently broken, but there is a plank of wood that stretches across it. There's a narrow plank of wood that someone has placed here, it looks like. Before you can even cross the bridge, there is a bridge gate with a gate. It's currently open. At this point, though, you might be leaving your horses behind if you have any mounts or large animals or anything like that. So this includes perhaps Ursula, the the burglar, and anyone else have a mount?
Nope.
Okay. So Ursula, your mount's being left behind. You tie it to the gate, and from here you guys can begin crossing the bridge.
Hey, Ursula, would it be a problem if I leave the pot with your horse? It would be just getting in the way in battle.
Don't worry about it. My horse will
Same
Okay.
for me.
I
I'll
will
leave my
leave it.
phone as well.
I will leave my pot next to the horse or attached to the
Alright.
horse.
That's fine. And Eden, what were you saying?
I will also leave my pot there.
Alright, 2 pots are left near the horse.
I also will comment something like, guys, about there in that ruins or castle place. Or was it a castle before? Or was it a fortress? Was it a stronghold?
Castle ruins.
Yeah.
As far as we are aware.
Huh. I wonder what's...
Castle ruin. Its name, official name is Castle Ruin Nevota.
Oh. I've never heard of that place before. Wondering what sort of history would they have back then.
We have identified a few runes in there. So,
Oh, really?
at one point or another, yeah.
Oh, what the... Any sort of noticeable things been found?
I haven't seen them myself.
I see. Well, I better check it out if I can, but what's this gonna do on? What?
I have heard that on some of the skeletons there's on their heads.
Oh. Oh, okay.
And I've heard about a chest that makes you sleepy.
Oh.
Well, the horse is secured now. Do you guys wish to linger out here a little longer and discuss, or are you ready to cross the bridge?
Let's cross.
Let's cross.
Your party begins to cross the bridge, and I suppose one at a time. The bridge is indeed quite rickety, and not very safe. It's just a plank of wood after all. It's a 20-foot long plank of wood that stretches a 15-foot gap. It's about a few inches thick and about a few feet wide. Alright. At one at a time, as long as no one here is heavily encumbered, like Ursula, I think, then you should be fine. But if you are heavily encumbered, then of course the bridge actually creaks beneath your feet. There's a bit of risk involved, unless you guys are able to safely pass the gear about. I believe the only one that's heavily encumbered might be Ursula. Let's see.
Does anyone want to take my shit?
So you can pass your supplies to someone to take it across, and you can cross with just your armor.
What is making me heavy? Did I already put that? I have 2 sacks, right?
Yeah, I can double check your encumbrance, but it looks like you have a lot of gear, so I'm gonna do a recount. Let's see, 10, 11, 14. Let's see. The torches are pretty heavy. Let's see. So
Just a Zweihander alone.
oh, did you want to leave your torches on your horse?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay, very well.
Am I
That might
fine
help a lot. Okay, in that case, let's see, 14, 17, 19. Are you gonna keep your two-handed sword on you?
Sorry?
Your longsword?
Yes, of course I am.
Alright, 24, 25. And then you want to wear your scale armor, right?
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Let me check the weight of scale armor real quick. Alright, looks like it is 40 pounds. So we're at 65. Let's see. 60. And you want to leave 1 tinderbox on your horse and 1 on your person?
Yes.
Okay, 67. And then all 5 counters are on you?
Yes.
Okay, 72. And then you want to bring your hook?
No.
Okay, leave that behind. And then your wolfsbane?
I'll put on the horse.
Put on the horse? Okay. And the great helmet.
Oh, I'm definitely wearing that one.
Put that on?
Mm-hmm.
So, without your great helmet, you're at 72. And with your great helmet, you're at 92, which means you're heavily encumbered. At 80 or above 80, you're heavy encumbrance.
That fucking great helm, dude.
Yeah, it's 20 pounds.
Give me the sword. Give me the sword. I can
hold
hold it for you.
Okay.
So if you want, you can have someone hold your great helm, and then when you're in combat, you can put it on. Someone who's not carrying a lot can carry your heavy helmet.
Yeah, I'll just once we cross the bridge, you can just give it back to me.
Okay.
Alright, you toss it to someone, they carry it across the bridge, and then you cross at medium encumbrance then, so there's no risk. If you're heavy, I'm gonna roll for the chance for the bridge to, break naturally. But it supports your weight. You're a woman, you weigh 140 then on average, and then with all your equipment, that's about 80 pounds of gear almost, so about 100 or about 200 pounds. And as long as the bridge only holds up to about 250 or 300 pounds max before it will snap. Alright, you crossed it. You are all across the bridge. You get your great hound back. The party moves at heavy encumbrance when they're on foot with Ursula around. Unless you guys abandon Ursula, but...
Motherfucker.
Assassin, by the way.
A thief in heavy armor.
A thief, yeah, my bad.
Alright.
A thief with a great sword.
Yeah.
How much
Got a great helm in her arms. Under her armpit.
It's like look at Ursula like, are you sure you're a thief?
We'll see in combat.
I also imagine this be like, they'll be fine. Leaves.
Yep. Alright. So from this point, you've made it to the hill, and leading up to the top of the hill, there's a rocky path. Otherwise, you can ascend another way if you want. You can try to get up through the forest, the heavy forest on the hill. You're currently on the north side. Would you like to use the rocky path to get up there, or some other way?
A rocky path.
Alright. So you've just ascended the hill at this point. All of you are starting to climb up. I'm just gonna make a quick roll call, make sure we're all attentive. I know Claudius is gotta do something real quick, so he's good. You let us know. But I see Claudius is going up there. I see Cleo, Ursula. Is Fortunato going up there?
Yep.
All right, and Volsky.
Yes, yes.
All right, cool. Baldric. Baldric.
Yeah.
You want to go up the hill or something else?
I'll just follow him up the hill.
Okay. And let's see. I didn't hear from Vedik either.
I was talking. I was
Oh,
matching the
sorry.
pace. Remember?
Yes. All right. So everyone's attentive still, so that means we're not leaving anyone behind. You all have made it up to the hill, the top of the hill, and on the top of the hill, there's indeed the castle wall here. You're on the north wall, or at the north wall. In the middle of the north wall, there's a gatehouse. This castle wall is about 100 feet wide. It's a small castle wall in comparison to other castles you might have seen. Maybe those of you who have been to the capital have seen larger ones. In the village of Gavilan, it's about the same size, maybe a little bigger actually. Gavilan naturally is a starting settlement. It's only been here for just a few years. So from this position, how would you like to perhaps enter the ruins? Because it's beneath these ruins we're trying to go, right? Into the dungeon. So you're at the front gate. In the gatehouse, there's the first entry point, there's a raised portcullis, half raised. It's an old iron gate. And 10 feet down, the passage through the gatehouse, at the end of it, that allows access into the ward or the courtyard of the ruins, is a set of double doors, which are also wide open. Halfway into the gatehouse, though, you'll see through the passage on the floor, there's a pitfall trap. It's currently open and visible to your party. You can easily, or not easily cross it, but you can see it and easily avoid it. It's not easily passed, though. You'll have to stay close to either wall and make a way around it. How would you like to proceed from here?
And so let's do that. I'll get out in front of the party with my pole and start checking for traps as we enter the keep.
Okay, so the party gathers and begins marching in no particular order, but we do know Eden's near the front, trotting ahead. And soon, carefully as you approach, you make your way through the gatehouse, sticking close to the wall, I suppose. Eden kind of leads this, and you all kind of follow. You two could go around at a time. Naturally, there's two sides. So if you're in two columns, you know you can see two people trying to get around at a time. Does anyone not wish to go around the pit and do something differently? Alright, so you've all made it around the pit now. You've made it through the gatehouse, and you've entered the ruins. Within the ruins, you can see all four walls. You're at the north wall. To the west side is dominated by the actual keep, the house of the castle. And to the east, you'll see the remnants of a stable. On the north side of the wall, toward the east, far to the east, against the east wall, is the start of a stair that will ascend to the northern battlements. And on the
I'll be
towards
right
south.
back. I just take a call.
Sorry, what was that? To the south, you'll see there's an old well, and further south along the south wall is a small archery range. And most importantly, though, the keep. On the east side of the keep, starting toward the south, is a stair that leads up to the east wall where the door is, the main entry point into the keep. It's a single wooden door. It's currently wide open, actually. It's barely hanging on to the hinges. It looks like someone forced it in. How would you like to approach from here? The keeps are, or the ruin within is pretty peaceful. There are a few saplings. It's not forested, it's just a lot of tall grass. It's heavily vegetated with shrubberies and such, and it's currently springtime, the start of spring, so it's pretty wet out here.
Apologies for leaving. I'm back.
Okay, if I recall correctly, we go up the stairs. Please, if anyone remembers differently, please let me know. But yeah, up the stairs and around to the courtyard.
Right. So Eden's leading you to the stairs. Are we all on board with this?
Yes.
Okay. She has led you to the stairs, and they start toward the south. They ascend the eastern side of the western structure, which is the keep. And at this point, we're about to ascend. Now, um, is there anything else you want to mention as you ascend, or you ready to just go up there?
Yeah, I'll still use my pole at this point to check for traps.
Of course, of course. Eden carefully continues to prod the floor ahead for any traps. She might trigger one with prodding, right? You never know. But the stairs, they are safe. They are stone stairs. They lead you up the eastern wall toward the main, or the only visible entry point that you can see.
Is
You're
it?
now
Are we entering darkness at this point, or are
about
we?
to. Daylight does come through and go into the keep. And first, you'll see as you look through the doorway, straight ahead to the west, past the small intersection, is the main hall, in fact, supported by stone pillars. Up ahead you can see that the floor is collapsing. Not currently collapsing, but it's collapsed. It's already collapsed. There's a large pit in the center. A few tables, old broken furniture, and even old skeletal remains covered in dust and webs. Um, you can see to the north and south of you are side passages that lead west eventually. They don't go very far north or south respectively before turning west. Maybe 10, 15 feet or so. And it will get dark the further west you go, it looks like. Close to the entry, of course, there's daylight.
I will prepare a torch.
Your torch provides 20 feet of light.
While they do that, do you mind if I can hear some noises beyond the outer areas of where we're going?
Would you like to try to listen? You can spend a turn listening for approaching monsters.
Yes, that would be. Yeah, I'll do that.
Alright. Is everyone on board with this? Want to listen for wandering monsters? This will be a turn.
Yeah. Well,
You can
while
discuss
they
it,
do
or you
that,
can
doesn't it?
take different actions.
Does it take a turn to light a torch?
Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't
so
take a
it's
turn to
fine.
light a torch, but you could say you're lighting a torch in the same turn that this person is carefully listening for monsters.
Yeah. That's why.
Alright, so you take a turn pretty much getting ready. Some of you don't have much to do. We'll move up toward the door and give a listen, right? Listen out for any approaching wandering monsters.
Does anyone else have torches?
I do not.
No, I put mine on the horse. You have 10,
All right,
right?
so I'll prepare a second torch and pass it to the rear ranks.
Okay. We can assign a marching order at this point.
Yeah.
Let's see. We note down Eden's torches.
Where are our 2 torchbearers?
See, I'm going to be listening to monsters out. So.
Row your boat.
Voski,
Yeah.
would you like to be a torchbearer?
Sure.
Alright.
And before that, we designated that Fortune is going to be the torchbearer as well, at the front, right? I remember correctly. Or
Well, I'm going to be at the front for now with the torch, but once we enter combat, I'm going to retreat to the rear ranks, or at least not the front.
So Eden's rank
Alright,
1.
so Eden's a torchbearer, and who is my second torchbearer? Or who's the second torchbearer?
Eden is going to be taking a rank 2 spot normally, so put Eden in rank 2 in the formation, and then when we're traveling, Eden will be out front by herself.
Okay.
But for the formation, just put her in rank 2 because she has a spear.
Oh wait,
Very well.
I did say I was being torchbearer last time. Yeah.
Alright, Melfic. You have 8 members, so if you do a 2-column march, you can have 4 ranks, and then Melfic can be either rank 4 or 3 to cover the rear.
I'll do more. I'll do 3.
Very well. Alright, most importantly, I need a first rank and a fourth rank then, your front and rear guard. Everyone else can move interchangeably through the middle ranks. Who would be in the front then, rank 1?
I can take first rank.
Wait,
Okay.
Baldric?
Yeah, I'll be first rank.
So it's Paldric and Fortunato, correct?
Okay. Is that fine
Alright,
with you,
and then we'll.
Fortunato? They're sending you to rank 1.
Yeah, but if we get into combat, will be falling back.
We just need you to compel. That is all.
Okay.
And then the rear guard. Rank
I will
4.
be the rear guard.
Ursula. Okay.
And maybe our other fighter, Claudius.
Okay.
Isn't Vosky beside me? Our torchbearer?
Volsky or Claudius?
Who's a torch? Vosky,
Uh,
correct?
The torchbearers
No,
are Melfic and Eden.
I see. Okay.
and
It
Eden
could be
is
either.
third rank. And Eden is third rank. Wow.
Who wants to
Not
be
Eden
Eden.
is
third rank?
second.
Not Eden. Sorry, Murphin.
Melvin.
Melvin is third rank.
Okay.
You're fourth.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we have Ursula and who was the other person in the rear rank?
We didn't decide.
Claudius, do you have a
Claudius?
problem
Okay.
with being? I'm asking him if he has a problem to be in the rear rank since he's a fighter.
Claudius, what do you think? You want to watch our back?
He's nodding his head.
Okay.
Hmm.
Alright. Good to go. Torches are lit. You assign your marching order, and soon, Eden's leading the way. During the standard march, she might resume second rank, but or at least for combat. But during standard march procedures, she'll be scouting ahead as your first level thief. Parting the floor. How far ahead do you want to be? 10 feet? I suggest you stay within the torchlight, or just barely within it, maybe at the edge. The torchlight is providing 20 feet of light, so you can be 20 feet ahead, and the party can still easily see you. You can still kind of see them at the front.
Yeah, I'll just stay 10 feet ahead. That's fine.
10 or 20?
10.
10. Okay, very good. Okay, so at this point, Eden's first to go in, and soon the party begins to follow her, keeping 10 feet of distance behind her. Which way would you like to proceed to explore?
To the west.
West? Alright. So you're leading your party west at this point, carefully approaching, observing, going into the main hall of the keep at this point. And we'll be moving at a slow marching rate, I think, because of Ursula. So, since you are mapping yourselves, I'll allow your party to move at 3 times the exploration speed, as if you've been through these parts before. Therefore, you can move, instead of 30 feet per turn, you'll move 90 feet per turn. Alright, so you're now in the main hall, about 10 feet from the entry point, about 10 feet ahead of you now, or just ahead of you now, 5 feet ahead of you, is a large 5 foot by 5 foot pit in the center that drops down into the cellar. There's a exit to the north and south. There are arched exit ways, leading to side passages that go east and west. You can see wooden thrones to the west. There's a total of 2 long tables in here, and about a few skeletal remains on either side, north and south. 4 or 6 pillars support about 4 pillars to support the height of this chamber, the ceiling above you. Alright, so how would you, or in which direction would you like to continue? Do you want to continue west, the way you've been exploring, up to the thrones, or somewhere else?
Let's see. Can someone remind me which way is to the courtyard?
You mean like to go deeper down?
Yes.
You were supposed to go to the side passage, then west, and then we turn to the cellar.
All right, let's do that.
But we gotta go
So
back.
which direction?
Okay, we're gonna go back.
Okay, so you go back east toward the entrance. You're back in a small intersection. 2 side passages are north and south of you. The exits to your east, leading out into daylight.
North side passage, I believe.
Yes.
Alright, you go north, and after about 10 feet, it turns west. You'll see an
Mhm.
intersection up ahead. If you continue this way, you'll see that to the south of the intersection will lead back into the main hall, and west will lead toward a dead end, where you'll see an open trap door, a floor door.
Hmm.
So we're
West
gonna
or
go.
south.
Trapdoor.
Alright, you can continue west toward the trap door. Is that good with everyone else? Cleo suggests we go west.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Alright.
Yep.
And we arrive at the floor door, the trap door, it's open, and beneath it, there's a very narrow set of spiral stairs that ascend into a lower level.
Let's go down the spiral stairs.
All right. So I'll lead the
Agreed.
way again
Okay,
down to the
Eden 10 feet
cellar.
ahead
Ow.
descends the stairs, and the rest of you follow her as she scouts ahead. Eden, the stairs take you down into kind of a cellar of sorts. There's shelving on the walls, north and west of you, um, and the chamber continues off to the southeast, and you can feel that the floor kind of slopes downward toward the southeast.
Right. So southeast to where the ropes are, and take the ropes down.
Alright, you continue southeast, and on the west side of a large pit, above which is another pit that leads into the main hall. But in this large pit that's at your feet, opening or continuing to the southeast, you'll see that after about a 10 to 15 foot drop, there's a large circular exit on the floor. It's a large set of spiral stairs descending deep below the ruins. There are two ropes hanging on the western side, which you use to climb down. And soon your party makes their way down there. Any objections? Anyone else want to say anything about this? Alright, just speak up if you feel the need. But you've all at this point have followed Eden down into a pit, in which there's a set of spiral stairs that ascend deeper below the castle ruins. Um, is this fine? You want to continue descending?
Yes.
Alright. Eden, you're up ahead, so you have first say,
Yeah,
I
we'll
suppose.
get this direction. Yes.
Alright, so
Yep.
Eden descends, and then the rest of you follow. She is standing 10 feet ahead of you, and the stairs descend into a domed, cavernous chamber. It's large. It's about 30-foot circular chamber with one exit off to the west. And at this point, it no longer smells like a dusty old cellar. Now it's starting to smell like moss and must and pond water, like swamp water, sewage. It smells horrible down here. It's warm, and you can see in the mud and the rocks and the gravel and such. Uh, Beyond the growth of the shrubbery and growth down here, the mushrooms and mold, you'll see bones. The bones of various creatures. Just kind of protruding, most of them sunken in the mud and dirt now, but a few open rib cages and all that. Things have died down here, and it smells like it. To the west, the only exit is wide open. It's a small wooden door, about 7 feet tall and 3 feet wide, leads out into another cavernous chamber that expands northwest. How would you like to proceed?
To the west.
Alright. As you continue from the stairs about 10 feet to the west, you arrive at the only exit in this chamber. And beyond this point, you're looking into a large cavernous chamber that continues off to the northwest. You'll see the south wall not far from you, and you're entering from the east wall. It can continue north or south toward the south wall, naturally. You cannot see the north wall. It's continuing into darkness there. And the west continues into darkness too. Again, the chamber continues northwest. So how would you like to explore through this chamber? It's a large
Northwest.
cavernous chamber. Alright,
Yeah,
this
northwest.
place is massive. It expands far to the north and west as you explore in that actual direction into the darkness. With your torches lit, you can see 20 feet ahead. This place is full of stalactites and stalagmites and all sorts of strange growth. Most of it is a strange fungus of sort. It's kind of blackish and it covers the rocks and such. It's wet down here, and um, it any movement you make kind of echoes throughout the chamber. But the chamber is very low in height. It's about only 10 to 15 foot tall at any point. And there are actual man-made structures down here. As you continue through, you'll find wooden support beams every 15 feet or so. Any wooden support beam you find is about 15 feet from another support beam or any other stone wall. So as soon as you enter, you will see one up ahead, to the west and to the north. You even actually pass by a few crystal formations. Looks like amethyst. This could be worth a little bit of money in town if you collect enough of it, but you pass it by. And then how far northwest do you plan to explore? Just until you see something, or?
Yes, until we see something.
All right, something different.
Maybe, real fast. Can I just say something?
Mhm.
If we have space on the way back, we should grab that amethyst on the way back.
Sure.
If we have space.
Sure.
If the delve proves not so fruitful, we'll become basic miners and cut away at the stone. Okay. You continue northwest through this cavern. And let's see. It'll take you about a turn to get to the far northwestern corner. You eventually pass through this great expanse. After about 90 feet, you traverse the cavern to the northwestern corner. And on the north side, you'll see there's actually another door up here. It's an old wooden door. It's currently open, and it's surrounding it among the stalactites and such in the mud, in the rocks. There are various skeletal remains covered in dirt, mud, and webs. Most are scattered, sprawled, broken, smashed. Most of them are also headless. Um, let's see, but they're the bones of various people that have died down here. Who knows how or when exactly. But also on the way here, you did pass a support beam that had nearby an open wooden chest. There was nothing in it. You guys kind of passed it along. It looks broken, so I mean, if you want it, you can take it, but it's pretty heavy looking. Maybe 15 pounds.
Don't get tempted by Eakin swords.
So you've made it to the northwestern corner at this point. How would you like to proceed from here?
If we're in the northwestern corner, then we need to head north. I guess we'd travel east along the wall.
Why don't we take the fucking door that's in front of us?
The what?
Eakin said that there is a door in front of us. There is a
you've
door
made it to the northwest.
right there.
Oh yeah, we'll take the door.
There's a door on the north wall. This is the westernmost wall, or westernmost side of the north wall. And as you proceed through it, you're now moving into some kind of man-made structure. It's a stronghold of sorts. You enter into a stone chamber. It's got a domed ceiling. 4 pillars of stone support the height of it. And to the west, you'll see a stone door. In the middle of the chamber is a large round table. Between the pillars are small wooden tables, round too, and maybe a stool here or there. To the far north, you'll see there's an open slab in the north wall and a broken wooden flat chest on the bottom or beneath it. And off to the east and west in the corners, you'll see puddles of water, especially you'll see a lot of skeletal remains of looks like small dogs, lots of them, but they're actually rats, rat bones. They're all over the place. They're the size of a dog, 3 foot long.
To travel northwest to the door on the western wall.
There's a door here. It's a stone door, and it's currently closed. But there's 4 strange panels in the middle of it. And some dried ink.
I can't remember. Is the O an Omicron or an Omega?
There's something written on the top left panel that might be similar to what you have in mind. There's just an O there.
All right. So I'll ask Baldric if he has ink.
I don't have anything. Sorry.
Hey, stone door, correct?
Indeed.
Yeah, we just need to put Omicron, Rho, Epsilon, Nu in the corners. But we need something to write it with.
Something to write it with.
Yeah.
We have blood.
Yeah, we have blood. Um, anyone
Any
want to do
magic
it?
used in your party has
Guys, we
has a
have
spell book, and this
torches, no?
includes ink and quill.
Right.
I
Okay.
see.
So we ask our
Magic
magic
users.
to
Melvic.
to
Voski.
inscribe Omicron in the upper left corner, Rho in the upper right corner, Epsilon in the lower left corner, and Nu in the lower right corner.
Melvic, Voski, which one of you volunteers?
One of them will have to spend a turn writing. That's the risk if you wait or take other actions.
I could write it.
Then get your ass over to the stone slab.
Okay, well, madness, please, thank you.
Alright, so Malphite, you stand before the stone slabs. The strange door here is just made of stone, no handles. In the middle of it are 4 squares. They're all connected. It's just one large square divided into 4 squares, creating 4 corners. There is writing on it, old dried up ink. In the top left corner, there looks like the letter O there. In the top right, there looks like the letter P. In the bottom left, it looks like the letter E, but it's kind of curved. And then the letter N is off to the bottom right.
Right, so just write over that with your ink. The same symbols.
You've done this before, haven't you? Yes.
Yes.
All right, just making sure. I'll write it down over to the sides and see if it works.
Okay, you start to trace it over, write it down, and as soon as you press your hand against the door, you begin to feel the door begins to vibrate. And as soon as you release your hand from it after writing, it stops moving. And you finish writing all the symbols. Nothing happens.
I'll go to the other ones. Circle.
Ask
You'll do
Baldric
what?
if he knows what the issue is.
I don't know. I never dealt with this before. We could try and maybe pry it open, though it is a magical thing.
See, in the past, this opened when we wrote the symbols. So
And
I'm not
as
sure.
What did you write it with?
they're
What did you write
discussing,
it
oh
with?
sorry.
Hmm?
Real quick, as they were discussing and trying to get the door open, did anyone want to take a different action?
I will attempt to push the door, like as if I'm trying to open it.
Alright, do you want to do this while they were doing that, or do you want to do this after they're done discussing the door?
As they're discussing.
After? Okay. So let's finish discussing it then.
As they're discussing.
Oh, as. So you're trying to force it open will make noise.
Not force it,
Bad
just
idea.
push it as if I'm opening a door.
Oh, okay. A light push against it as if you're opening a normal door. Yeah,
This
nothing
is a sliding
happens.
door. It's a sliding door.
Vosky, do you have detect magic?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Try detect magic on the door. See if it is actually magical.
Well, it is. It is.
Yeah, it is.
I don't
It is.
I don't think we need to do that.
Can we try and like slide it? Maybe just doesn't want to open. Just fucking slide it.
As I'm writing this down, actually, can I actually make a check? Check ability check. That's okay.
You want to test the skill? What skill is that?
Basically, the idea for this one is uh, can I roll like something more investigation wise check to see if I could figure out what's
You can
what might
detect
be...
trap, you can detect door, secret door, or new construction tricks.
Oh, never mind. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
What would you like to investigate? What are you looking at? What do you want to know?
just want to know if anything, if we're gonna make it like, is it like an easier way that we try to figure out how to open it more means to this writing.
I
I
mean,
guess you could say.
you look it over, and when you pressed your hand against the panels, they did go inward, like they depressed against the door.
Okay. Then I'll keep writing it down as I figure out. All right.
Maybe just write them more quickly this time.
Patience, please.
Okay. And anyone else have any other ideas? I think Ursula's about to slide the door open.
Yeah, why don't we let
Oh.
Ursula slide the door open?
Yeah,
Just
maybe.
slide up.
Why don't we
Alright,
try
Ursula, you
to?
get to the door, you put your hands against it, and which way do you want to try to slide the door?
South, if I'm not wrong.
South? You begin to feel that the door is perhaps movable, but there's something keeping it from moving, it feels, right? Maybe a lock mechanism. So you do feel the door is movable, but it's currently locked. To unlock it, you might need to... There's no keyhole, but there is a 4-paneled mechanism in the middle of it. Someone is currently drawing on it. Malfic, you finish writing the runes again. And when your hand makes contact with the runes, just your hand makes contact with the runes or the panel, it does begin to kind of softly glow. But then as soon as your hand is gone, it stops moving, it stops glowing. At least the panels.
Keep your hand on the tablet.
Yeah.
I know. Give me a moment, please. And he'll start to put his hand back.
Alright, you put your hand back on one of the panels, and do you want to just draw over it with your quill again, or something else?
Yes, with the quill.
Alright, and you draw on it with the quill, with the panel pressed in. You write O and then P and then E and then N. And while it's pressed in, while you're drawing it, that's when as soon as you finish, your hands, you have one hand pressing it in. They don't take a lot of effort to push in. You can literally just use your hand against it, the same hand you're writing with. But they will, if you write it correctly and your hand is against it, it eventually will lock in place. So first is like an up, or a non-suppressed or non-depressed panel, and then when you draw the right rune, when your hand's pressing against it, it will eventually click in place, and then it will be the same. It will be the same as the door, if that makes sense. It will not be protruding from the door anymore, the panel. And as soon as that happens, as all 4 of them go into the door, that's when the door, you hear it begin to open, right? And the door slides toward the south.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do it. And please be nice about it because I don't take kindly to.
Oh
Please be
no, don't
nice.
worry about it. We weren't being mean to you.
If I may, I suggest we take a rest here because we've hit a 2-hour mark.
Alright, so it is currently turn 5. Your party can take a rest before they enter this next chamber. You wanna maybe close the stone door and the south door before you rest? I mean, it's suggested by Baldur. So what do you guys think? Do you wanna rest here?
Sure.
Okay,
I'm
so
okay
if
with
we're gonna rest, any objections to resting? Okay, so before you rest, do you want to close your exits off so you don't have a chance of wandering monsters, or less likely? Alright, so you can try to open the door again. You know how to open it now, so you can easily open it. But you tug at the door, or you don't even have to tug on it. You try to grab it, but it actually closes on its own after about a minute. So it will close on its own, and then towards the south, you close that door with your hands. Now you just rest in this chamber for about a turn. So it'll be turn 6 when you come back. Since your characters are resting, the player shall take a break. You guys have a 5-minute break. Alright, I'll see you guys in 5.
Alright, I'll be back.
More. Yeah.
How's the stream doing? I forgot we were streaming. I'll be curious.
Yes.
There are
Yeah.
5 people watching it.
There are
Yes.
5 people. Yeah, excluding us. How about that?
How many people are watching it right now?
0 if it excludes us.
Oh, so I'm the only one. So that's 4 other people.
The 4 other people that well, one of them is me.
Oh, you said that. Okay, so 3 people are watching that are not currently in the session.
Are you
Thank you for
sure?
watching the stream. No one watches the stream
Hey.
except us.
Oh
It's
my
mostly
gosh.
for archiving our games.
We're
In case
getting
we need to go
famous,
back.
guys. We're getting famous.
Oh my
For
god,
those
we're
who are
getting
watching,
there.
welcome everybody. Welcome. Hello everyone. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome.
Waves.
Is
Thank you for
the
the
next
5
critical role?
bits.
My
Somebody write your
faithful
name on the
gamers.
board.
Oh my
Or
gosh,
the
$5
face it.
donation.
A lot of the
Oh
old
wow,
players
thank you.
here, some of them watch it, so
No,
Oh
there
wow.
is no
Yeah.
thank you, not worry.
I wonder
they
if
actually
Lax will
enjoy it.
appear
I
one
think
day.
one of the videos on YouTube at this point hit like 1,500 views.
Oh
What?
shit,
Wait,
for real?
you're
For
publishing this
real?
on YouTube? What
We
did
we
you
have a
say?
YouTube channel?
What?
Since
Well,
when do we
Twitch
have a
doesn't
YouTube
save
Sorry.
your
channel?
videos, and as requested by one of
That's
the
very
old players
new.
here, they wanted them to be on YouTube too, so that they would be saved forever.
Wait,
Who's
what's our
watching
Nice.
this
what's the
shit?
YouTube
Wait,
channel?
what the fuck?
Since when do we have a YouTube channel?
We've always had it from like 3 years ago. It's just we didn't upload it
Oh.
for a long time.
Oh, can you like send that in the chat or something? I'm gonna
It's in
subscribe.
his bio. I mean his profile.
Oh.
Stalker. Okay.
It's called inference. It's like
All
just
right.
common sense.
Yeah,
Good to
exactly.
God.
No, but it's
Um,
a Twitch, but
let us
Exactly.
resume. It is time. So,
Yeah.
hopefully you guys had a long enough break. Your characters have had a turn to rest. It is now currently turn 6. This is typically the time you would rest after about, or at some point during your hour of exploration. If you do not get a rest after an hour, your characters will grow tired, right, and exhausted from the delve, which will hurt their morale and ability to keep adventuring, to fight, particularly. Um, but you have taken the time to give your characters a rest, whether they go out to take a piss or a shit or have a cup of water. That's what they did, like you. So they're human too, and they need their rest.
Mm.
It is now
Like
turn
a
6 though,
fantastic.
and you may open an exit and continue exploring if you wish. How would you like to proceed?
Well, we need that door back open now, will we?
yeah, I gotta open that bitch back up.
Alright.
Yeah.
He gets up. Gonna do it again. He's going to point his back and say, "Alright, give me some time. I'll be done in a bit." He writes it with his
Mm.
finger and start to draw it.
You got it.
Alright.
With your
Thank you.
finger or with the quill?
I'm doing it with my finger because why not?
Uh, it actually works a lot easier. As soon as your finger touches, the panel goes inward, and it happens almost naturally. Each panel sticks a lot carefully, or a lot quicker. Um, you don't have to take the time to write them. Just trace over, and they all lock in place, and the door quickly opens at that point.
And voila, it is open. Perfect.
Alright.
Took you a
So with the
while.
door being open, off to the west is the next area of exploration. Some kind of 30-foot square chamber with 2 exits. As you explore into it, the exits are to the north and west. They're both archways leading in their respective direction into similar sized chambers. But this chamber seems to be kind of a cellar of a wine cellar of sorts. There are 2 rows with various amounts of pots of wine. They're all smashed apart and broken, who knows by who. And then to the north and east and south and corners, except for the southwestern corner, there are other broken pots there. To the southwest, you'll see that the the chamber is collapsing there. There seems to be a large pool of water filling in the 10 foot by 10 foot southwestern corner. So,
Oh shit.
As you enter, let me see if there's anything else in here with you. Okay. Aside from some giant rats that are scurrying off into the waters as soon as you enter, your torch hits them, and you immediately see these large creatures, about 3 foot long. You can tell what they are based on how they move and their long little tails, or their long skinny tails, right? They scamper off and dive and dip down into the water to the southwest. It's a 10-foot pool of water here.
How close
So
are
was
these
that there
rats?
before? Sorry, go ahead.
So you're in a 30-foot by 30-foot square chamber. The southwestern corner is collapsed. There's a pool of water there now. The rats jumped into it.
Okay.
There's an exit on the west wall in the middle. There's an exit on the north wall in the middle. Sarah, what's your question?
I was gonna say how far away was the rats were? They are 30 feet.
As soon as you entered, you could see them in your torchlight, roughly 20 feet away, 20 to 30 feet. But you only see about 20 feet ahead with your torchlight, which is in that case it would be 30 feet because she's 10 feet ahead of you. So as soon as she entered and scouted ahead, she would see all the rats scampering off into the water, fleeing for their lives.
I just called the party like, "Hey guys, rats ahead! Be careful in the water."
Yes, they should stay clear of our torches. They fear open flame. So, why don't we travel west through the door on the other end?
Yes.
That's fair.
Okay, you move through the chamber without checking anything else out. That's fine. Trying to get through these known areas. As you will pass by, the rear guard or the middle guard will actually see some of the rats peek their heads out of the water and then dive back down. Maybe getting air or just carefully observing the strangers in their territory. You move west into another 30-foot by 30-foot chamber. Stronghold chamber. The walls are stone brick and stone tiled floor. It looks man-made, right? It looks well constructed, but it's old now, and it's now falling apart over the time, and perhaps the damage caused by various creatures and events. You'll see off to the west. This chamber is some kind of. This next area is some kind of workshop. There are a couple long tables in here with masonry tools or chiseling tools, and the west side is completely filled with the stone bricks, the same stone bricks that are used to build the walls. There are even stone tiles, stacks of stone tiles off to the west. There's 2 exits from here, one to the north and one to the south. Along the east wall, the wall you're entering, are racks with old tools on them, such as hammers and mallets and all that.
Right, so let's turn and go south.
Wait, I was gonna say, can I find some secret doors around this area, Vern? Actually.
You've tried. There's nothing here.
Oh,
There's
never mind. Continue on.
You're in a 30-foot chamber. The west wall is covered with stone bricks, or piled with stone bricks. You can't see the west wall.
That's you.
And then the east, it's just some tools. And north is an exit. It's an archway. South is actually a corridor. So it's an open arched exit way, but it leads down a 10-foot wide corridor, wider than the exit itself.
Yeah, let's go south.
All right. Let me check if there's anything new in there with you.
Ding dong.
Nothing new in that chamber. Proceeding into the corridor to the south now. Right. Near the end, it looks like there's something ahead. Our thief Eden can see it on the floor. It appears to be, let's see, number 6. Okay. And usual set of items. It's a pile of copper ore here, if you're interested. It actually is stacked just outside of the exit or the end of the corridor. So this is at the end of the corridor, and beyond the corridor is another chamber. This one is not as well constructed as the corridor or the previous chambers were. It looks like it's in a work of progress up ahead, but between you and the chamber ahead is a all over the floor is stacks of copper ore.
What the fuck?
This
Appears to
wasn't here
be.
last.
What was that?
This wasn't here last time.
Yeah, this wasn't. At least
Time to
last
start a
week it wasn't.
counterfeiting operation.
Well, we saw silver ore further in last time, so I think we should bypass the copper ore for now. If we have carrying capacity on the way back, we can grab it.
Alright.
It's about 30 pounds of copper ore, half a sack worth, or I mean half a pack worth, a sack and a half. So 30 pounds of copper ore. Each pound of copper ore might be worth a copper piece.
So that's the equivalent of 3 silver. It's not worth the carrying capacity right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just take note of it.
With nothing. Yeah.
Alright.
What the fuck is that there?
Okay. Who knows? Maybe someone's mining down here. But we proceed past it easily. Alright. And from here, we enter into another square chamber. Half of it is still cavernous, but the upper half, the half that you enter from the north side, is well constructed, made of stone, brick, and such. This looks like some kind of maybe camp rest area. Along the walls there are these wooden tables, and a few tankards and bowls and platters. In the center, it looks like a pile of supplies and such. Toward the north, maybe a remnant of a stack of wood on the north side, but there's no wood there anymore, just like wood splinters and such. And toward the south, toward the next exit, you will see there's not much there either. But again, in the center, there's about 2 large wooden barrels. They're both open. There's some old supplies or food in there. It's all moldy and such, covered in dust and webs.
I'd like to continue south, please.
South through this large chamber, past this calm and restful area. Okay. Well, let's see. Passing through. Okay. Rolling surprise. 6 and 4. Neither are surprised. Okay. So as you continue through the chamber, there's suddenly, as you carefully are scouting ahead, Eden, toward the south, something suddenly kind of starts to drip down, like a green slime, like suddenly hits the ground, little droplets just ahead of you.
All right, back up.
It's right above the southern exit.
Right,
And the ceiling above you is not very well lit. You can still see, but it's dim. It's about 15 foot above you. The ceiling is arched east to west, and something is sludging on the ceiling toward you, sliming its way north.
Yeah, back up. Inform the party there's a slime on the ceiling ahead.
Anyone, any of the magic users have protection from evil?
You don't need to. Just swat him around with a fucking torch.
You can easily outmaneuver this thing. It's quite slow. Moves at the rate of maybe 3 inches per round.
Does anyone have any rope?
No.
No.
You can just put, the long pole that you have, just put your torch on the end of it, start whacking.
Yeah, I was gonna use some rope to attach the torch to my pole, but we don't have any rope.
Fortunato has rope.
Who?
Fortunato has rope.
Ah, sure.
Please
Okay,
let us use your rope, Fortunato.
Yeah, I'll hand my rope over to Eden.
All right, so I'll
There we
attach
go.
my torch to the rope, to the pole, using the rope, and then I will hold the torch the torch flame up to the slime, and destroy it.
As soon as the flame makes contact with the creature, it cannot defend itself. You'll see that it begins to bubble up and steam, and begins to actually burn up. It catches fire, and every round that you continue to press the flame against it, it takes 26 damage. Within within a minute, it begins to just break apart and drip down into the floor, burning up in flame, and it seems very flammable. It burns up like oil almost, um, and it seems very effective. Your fire. All that's left are hardened pieces of the green slime. Perhaps as proof, you can bring it back as a bounty to maybe a magic user or any
If anyone,
scholar that might be interested.
yeah,
But
if
hardened
anyone
chunks
wants
of
to
green
grab
slime.
that, yeah,
Anyone
if
have a
anyone wants to
container?
grab that,
I have
Oh,
a
Burnt pieces.
I have a bag. I'll
I
pick up some of the pieces.
I'll do it as well.
I will return Fortunato's rope.
Alright. You gather what you
And,
can from the remnants of this creature. You return the
and I
rope.
will, yeah, I'll thank Fortunato for lending the rope.
Yep.
And
Alright.
suggest we continue south immediately.
As you pick out the little pieces of the somewhat sticky, it reminds you of a. Do you know like s'mores or a marshmallow that's melted? It's like that. It's not much left. Just blackened pieces of green slime, and as soon as you pick it up, it begins to like break apart like ash, right? So I don't know where you would or how you would carry this with you, unless you had some
Because
kind
we
of
had that
jar.
pot.
You don't have any pots with you. You do not bring them
The
into the
next,
dungeon.
I think the next room has pots, if I'm not wrong. We could come
If
back
we
for
can
it.
find like a jar or something, we'll take it on the way back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next room does have like pots and jars, so.
That's
Okay. We shall continue then. Alright. So you proceed southward. And south of this chamber is another 30-foot long corridor. Nothing new here. Your standard 10-foot wide, about 8 to 10 feet tall arched stone corridor. At this point, it's not a stone corridor actually. It's a rough, cavernous corridor that looks like it was dug out. It's still man-made looking, evenly spaced and dug, but it wasn't finished. And it leads south into a large cavernous chamber. It's a roundish 30-foot round chamber in here, full of pots. There's over maybe 30 to 40 pots in here, half of which are crushed and smashed apart, the other half heavily damaged. Maybe about a quarter left is open or cracked only, but none of them are in good repair. And they're all over the place. Most have been pushed out of the way. There's a clear path leading south toward the last or the only other exit from here that is visible. But chamber, 30-foot chamber full of broken pots, pretty much.
Unlucky. We'll cope. We can just move forward.
Oh well.
Shall we proceed? Do you want to search for a good pot? It would be rare to find out of the bunch.
Nah, fuck it.
Alright.
It'd be best to move on, if anything.
Yeah, I agree. Let's just move on.
Right. So, you proceed down another 10-foot wide corridor. Let's see. Before you're able to leave the chamber, there is a. Let's see. There's, for those who are not familiar with this place or who are new here, I should remind you that these pots look old and ancient. Some of them are not plain. Some of them are painted, but are very dusty. Most that are painted, though, about half of them are painted, are broken, but some might be in somewhat decent repair and could be worth some money if you're interested. But you're passing it now. You notice that among the various pots, about 15 on each side, each pot is at least maybe 3 foot tall. Um, these are large wine pots, right? Um, but you'll notice that some of them are like vases, right? They have very nice paints on them, just very dusty and old. Maybe a crack here or there. But looks like it could be worth some value. There's some coin back in town. You can pick it up on your way out. So take note of that if you'd like. Otherwise, we shall proceed through the area.
Right, and I would suggest we check our torches and make sure that we don't need to prepare new ones already.
Oh, yes. Actually, before you proceed, it is turn 7 right now. So let us, we have explored 90 feet from the previous chamber. So after we proceed down the previous quarter, this quarter, and the chamber, so that's 90 feet. Yeah, let's refresh the torches. We're gonna use up Eden's torches or someone else's.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one with torches, so 2 of mine.
Alright, you're down to 6.
I will also be able to torches as well as before.
Same torch bearers, Eden and Melvik. Alright.
Melvik, thank you.
So the party continues south through another corridor. We gotta do a wandering monster check. We are now moving into turn 8 right now. That was the end of turn 7. Okay. All has been pretty quiet. It's been a pretty safe delve so far. Nothing slows your party. And you proceed down a 30-foot long corridor again. Nothing new here. 8 foot tall, about 10 feet wide, leads you into a domed chamber. This one is somewhat constructed actually. It's a smaller chamber than the others, but it has 2 exits, one to the west, one to the south. They're both wooden doors with locks. And off to the east, you'll see a strange statue mechanism over there. There's some kind of fountain. It's been smashed. It's been, defiled. It protrudes from the eastern wall, and some distance away from it is a stone altar that's also been removed from its original spot. It looks like, based on the scrape marks and the fact that it looks like it was dragged across the room to another position, which is south of the east wall. You'll see that there's some kind of dried paste, thick purplish paste that stains the wall and floor where the fountain would shoot out from. So some liquid, dried liquid, is staining the area that was flowing from the fountain, the statue. But some kind of broken structure over there. There's the strange metal basin or bowl on the altar. Otherwise, you have 2 doors to use. One to the south, one to the west. The one to the south is currently open.
I suggest that we head to the west because we saw some silver ore scattered around a statue last time, and we just didn't have the capacity to carry it out.
Oh, that one. Was it safe the last time you went down there? Was there anything?
It was safe, yes.
Okay, thank God. That's great.
We haven't run into any monsters yet, which is kind of worrying.
Yeah, it was really lucky so far.
And we are
Jinx it.
getting kind of low on time, so I'm getting worried.
No,
It was to the
I
west.
don't.
It was to the west that we went last time, or was it was it to the south? I'm trying to remember.
I don't like how he's rolling the dice can.
Which way is
here. There's a lot more dust than last time.
Which way is the stairs with the spear traps?
It's to the south is going to dungeon level 2. That's with the stairs and the blade traps.
Oh, okay.
To the
So
west
that was
is
actually that was actually the second level. So let's go down to the second level. So the door to the south is it's open right now, you said, so we can just go down there. We don't have to deal with the trap.
Indeed.
We will have to deal with the trap on the stairs. So I'll get out in front and look for that trap. I know that I'll use my pole, and I'll also look for the holes in the walls up near the ceiling where the spears come out.
Alright,
Speaking of
Eden
time,
leads the way. Oh, go ahead, Melfic.
I was gonna say, speaking about time, I might have for. Oh shoot, have I been staying this? Oh, I am. I'm sorry, referee. Do you mind if I could? I forgot it is 6 in the morning, and I've not slept yet.
Oh, do you
Okay.
need to head out?
I sadly I do because I have not slept yet for almost about nearly 20 hours or so, 20 almost 24 hours actually. Now I think, oh
I see.
shit, yeah,
Alright,
yeah.
well,
I
we are nearing
am
the end
very
of game
sorry.
time. If you can stick around for them to retreat at least. Because if you leave mid-game, you're lost to the dungeon. Um,
That's true. Okay. I
but
yeah. I'll
the
stay.
party's
I'll stay.
yeah.
I'll stay in. I'll stay in. I'm just saying it right now. It's really
All
late.
right,
It's,
we are nearing the end of standard game time, so it is currently 10:42 p.m. JST. Um, would you guys like to head out at this point? It was a pretty empty delve, unfortunately. Um,
Yeah,
Well,
let's
I mean, we just can't get to the loot, but we don't have enough time to get to the loot with with this time
uh
stretch.
yo, let's just go and grab that copper and head out.
Grab the copper, the slime, and then some of the amethyst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that'd be good.
okay, so let's head out then. It's quite unfortunate. Um,
I'm
let's
sorry
see.
if I did make it short. I'm like I said. It's oh god. I'm sorry.
No,
It's
it's
all good.
fine,
It
cause
happens. All right. Let's see. So, which way would you like to retreat then?
North.
Okay. You continue north through a corridor. Let's see. 30 foot leads you into a chamber full of wine pots. You want to continue through here?
If we're gonna get the slime, we have to find a pot,
yeah, can
Yeah.
someone grab a pot?
and
Yeah,
we
I'll
can
do
look
so.
for pots that might be of any value also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go get the pots and see if yeah see.
So we're gonna have to
All right.
spread out and search. Yeah.
Okay. We'll take a turn to search. I'll ask each of you what you plan to do throughout the turn, whether it be searching, standing guard, or not paying attention and standing idly. Um, so starting with Vadik, Dwarven Veteran, what is your action?
I'll take one for the team. I'll be the only guard. Listen, I am gonna guard. No one else. Me.
Alright, which exit would you like to guard? Listen for monsters from? North,
Uh,
south, or do you want to stand in the center of the chamber where you can't hear
I-
much?
I'll be at the north, I guess. And the north works.
Okay, so you're north, listening northward. Um, Melfic, what would you like to do?
I'll be searching for some of the pots and see if we can get those first.
Alright, so are you looking for a valuable pot, or are you looking for um, a good pot, like a good repaired pot? Again, most of them are
Something.
broken, so
Yeah, valuable will do.
a valuable pot, very well. So this could include broken ones that are valuable. Is that alright?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so all right, and then Claudius, what is your action?
How long am I gonna be the fucking same?
One more time.
Probably gonna be the same as Malfix. Look for a
Okay,
value.
valuable points. Good to
Yes.
go. And Eden.
I'll look for a good pot we can put the slime in.
All right, and then Cleo.
I'll guard the other side because we are guarding only one entrance. I'll guard the other.
All right, and Voski.
I'm gonna search as well.
Baldric.
I'm gonna look for a valuable pot.
Ursula,
Keep guard. I'm gonna keep guard.
where do you want to guard?
Uh,
We
let's
have enough
see.
guards.
Yeah, just help look.
Help look. Okay, I'll help look.
All right, detecting. You're looking for what kind of pot? The good pots or the valuable pots?
Valuable.
Okay. And Fortunato.
I'm gonna look for a usable pot.
Okay, serviceable pot. Alright, let's see if anyone finds anything throughout the turn. This is considered to be turn 9. Alright, so there's 9 to 10. It's a little wandering monster check for the most part. I have 2 people listening in case there was something already approaching. Okay, those who were listening, you have heard nothing approaching. Let's see. Those throughout the turn who were searching. Claudius. Nothing. Eden, nothing. Melfric, nothing. Voski, nothing. Baldric, Ursula, Fortunato. Alright, so Baldric and Fortunato. Baldric, as you searched the pots for, you said valuable or serviceable pots?
Valuable.
Okay. You found one that was broken, but somewhat valuable looking. It looks like it might be worth 5 silver if it was in repair, but so only about half a pot, and it's in disrepair. You might be able to get 1 or 2 silvers off of it. Do you want to take the remnants of this valuable pot?
Sure.
Alright. So you get pot shards, valuable pot pieces. Alright. So, pot scraps, we'll call it that. Pot scraps.
Mm.
And you get about, we'll say, 2 pounds worth, so each pound is worth 1 silver. Alright. And Fortunato managed to find a serviceable pot among the lot of pots. You found one pot that's about, it's a large pot, about 3 foot by 3 foot.
Okay.
Like a vase, right? Like a large wine pot. You see that there's some cracks in it, but it should be able to hold the scraps. This might be a little excessive though. This is a large pot after all. It takes about 2 people to carry. So,
It's better than nothing. I'll
yeah.
ask whoever wants to help me carry it.
Okay, anyone want to help carry this large wine pot?
I'll help carry
3
it.
foot wine pot.
I'll help.
Okay, so Baldric, you get the other side and you both lift it. It's empty, so it's not too heavy. It's just kind of large and bulky, right, to carry. And fragile, too, of course. So you guys lift the pot. It's 3 foot. 3 foot wine pot. Okay, it's empty. And it has no stopper. But you just pick it up and you can carry it around at this point. Alright. You could do it with 1 person, it's just really large. It's more comfortable with 2. So again, 3 foot wide pot, right? Easier with 2 people holding it. Okay. From here, how would you like to proceed?
Did we find a serviceable pot?
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, a really big one.
All right, head north.
Alright.
Pick up this climb along the way.
Alright. So you guys pick it up, the remnants of it. It's this massive, crispy, large piece of, it's all crumpled together. When you burned it, it like went inward on itself, crumpled up into a blackened, charred piece of green rock. And you throw it into the pot. And it kind of, as soon as you pick it up, it like cracks into pieces, multiple pieces, and you just kind of drop it into the pot. Now it's just like, you carefully drop it, of course, and it's still kind of breaking apart like, ash, right? Or a crispy piece of whatever. It's an overcooked. Um, okay, you lift the pot and you're able to continue out of here.
You grab the
Um,
copper ore as we go.
Where would you like to put the copper ore? It's 30 pounds.
Somebody
In
said
the
they have
pot.
that. No, we don't want to put that in there with the slime. It'll destroy the slime.
I have a bag,
Okay.
but I'm carrying the pot.
Alright, so do we want the copper ore or?
I can put it in. Wait, have we?
Yeah, not recommended for Ursula. Anyone else have a bag, an empty bag of sorts?
I can give some
I have a
bags. I
bag,
have
but
a
I have
bag.
the shards in it.
I have
It
2
would
bags
definitely
though.
break the
Does anyone want to take
shards.
it?
Yeah, I
Oh,
can't.
Oh,
I have the bag with me, so I could definitely put it.
Malfik, would
If
you
you
like
give me the
to?
bag, I can carry the stuff as well.
I think Malfik can handle it. He's got an empty
Yeah.
bag, right?
Yep.
Or an
It's
empty
it's
sack.
I'll be right back.
Bag? Yeah, bag. Alright. You guys load the ore into his bag. That's 30 pounds of copper in his 40 pound capacity bag. And you can press on. So north of here leads you back into the workshop or the rest area, and then the workshop, Aston, and all that. So another turn would have passed, and it becomes looting took a turn, so that went to turn 10 after you were done looting, and then of course grabbing the copper ore took about a turn as well, and then from there you would proceed. All right, so now it's turn 12 through 13. So you made it to the workshop. There's 2 exits from here, north and east.
East.
Okay. Shoot.
Oh.
Alright. And as you proceed east into another wine cellar, there's 2 exits north and east of here.
East.
East leads you into the dome ceiling square chamber. As you pass through that wine cellar, there were giant rats again that retreated into the pool of water in the southwestern corner. Let's see. There's 1 exit from this next chamber to the south.
Do we need to rest here? We're on turn 12 or 13 at this point, right?
Oh, before you proceed through the east exit, the door is currently closed, leading back to the previous chamber. It's currently closed. There are 4 panels on here.
Right. So we can press them in as we inscribe the runes again.
Anyone remember the password?
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
Omicron Rho Epsilon Nu.
Very good. All right, it opened again, and you got through. And then yeah. So anyone who wasn't paying attention the whole time would not know the password, right? So okay. And toward the south, you will take a rest here. Get your bearing. Leading us into turn 13. Through 14 now. So after a rest. Let's see. Torches need to be lit again at turn. So we lit them at 7. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Turn 13 we'll light new torches. It's currently turn 13. So we'll light new torches at turn 13. That are set. So you're down to 4 torches now, I think. Or let me double check. Yeah,
Yes.
4. Okay. Alright, let us proceed from here. That was again turn 13 to 14, so now it's turn 14. Did you guys need a break, or do you guys want to try to squeeze out the last part of the game?
squeeze it.
Squeeze it.
Squeeze.
Alright, so let's just keep going.
Yeah, let's just try and squeeze it.
Alright, so then from here, how would you like to proceed?
South, east.
Southeast, alright. This is turn 14 to 15, Wandering Monster check.
Don't forget the amethyst, guys, if you guys want to pick it up or
Yep.
no.
I picked it up. I got it.
So the amethyst is embedded in the rock. So if you want it, you need a
Oh.
pickaxe to smash it out. Or some tool.
It's fine. We got like 30 pounds of copper.
Yeah.
Does the dwarf have a pickaxe or no?
Nobody
30
has a
pounds of copper is
Dwarf
pickaxe.
worth
has a
like 3 copper
pickaxe.
pieces.
3 silver pieces.
Oh, 3 silver pieces? Oh.
And we have the shards, that's 4 silver pieces. Yeah, it's a fucking loss.
No, it's up to you guys.
Yeah, let's just get out of here.
Yeah, it
the
doesn't
fuck
matter.
out of here.
Alright.
Yeah.
You made it to the southeastern to its corner. Made it to the southeastern corner. There's an exit on the east wall, leading to a domed cavernous chamber. Shall we
Go ahead
proceed
and
into this? It's turn 15 currently. By the time you get there,
up the stairs.
up the stairs, into a pit, up the ropes, into a cellar, and then from here. Which
Up
corner?
up the spiral stair.
Do you know which direction?
Northwest corner.
Perfect. Alright, you went up these stairs into a corridor that continues east, and then it goes south or east.
There we go.
The
Go
south it goes
east.
to a main hall, east continues. Alright, you go east, it turns south toward the exit, leaving the keep. That's to the east again. So, congratulations, you survived the delve, made it out by turn 16. You were in the dungeon for a little over 2 hours. And then, all good? Okay. Let us begin the journey back home then. It's only about 10 in the morning by the time you get out. Your characters would have lunch. It's about stew, and it's about 6 pounds of food lost, leaving you 30 pounds of food. And let's see if we can get back home. The last part of the game is to make the journey back. So, what's the treasure you acquired? Okay. Navigation, weather, monsters. Safe journey back to Gavilan. Alright, to wrap it up, congratulations. You have survived your delve tonight. We are now going to spread out the loot, but if you need to head out early, you have made it to the end of the game. So, thank you everyone for showing up tonight and playing tonight's adventure. I know we didn't get too deep this time, didn't grab a lot of treasure or fight any monsters, but at least everyone's safe and alive, and you did get a little bit of treasure. So, again, thanks for playing, hope you had fun, and I'll see you at the next game. If you need to head out now, no worries, otherwise stick around to see how much treasure you get.
I'll
Good night.
We
stick
only
a
got
little bit.
we only got a
See you
total of 4
guys. Bye
silvers.
bye.
So
But we don't
Alright.
know
I
what we're
say,
gonna get for that green slime, so
For
oh,
see.
it's
the
true
pot
too.
scraps, you got 2 silvers.
Oh,
For
pot
the
scraps
copper
2,
ore, you got 3 silvers. That's
5.
5 so far in the party treasure.
I don't need
And
loot.
the
Bye bye.
scholars in the town do. Oh, good night. The scholars in the town do value the green slime remains. It's enough remains to be worth up to 1 green slime. And this could help with the research, producing potions of similar qualities, perhaps, or anything like that. They will value this at the value of 25 silver pieces.
Oh wow.
Mm.
Well, will they
Oh
give us more if we
shit.
offer them the pot as well, or the wine pot?
The wine pot that's valuable, give you 2 silvers, the spot scraps. The 3 foot
Okay, so
large wine pot that you brought is plain. They don't
So
use
they.
it.
That's 32
Oh.
silvers.
We'll just give it to them for free, anyways. You know,
Okay,
it's on
it
the
is
No.
in
house.
there.
Quick
So
quick
that's 30
question.
silvers.
So quick, what do I get for my copper ore that I got? That's
The
That was
copper ore, we got 30 pounds of copper ore that was worth 3 silver pieces.
Okay,
We'll
so
put
they
it in the
can
party treasure. Party treasure is typically split evenly at the end,
yeah.
unless you guys would discuss otherwise and make a different
No,
plan.
let's just split it equally. So
Any
that should be
objections to splitting it equally? Alright. So there was 8 members in your party and 30 silver split 8 ways means that some of you might get a little extra, those who of course paid for food perhaps. But 30 divided by 8 is 3 each and there's some remainder. So 3 times
3
8 of
each.
course is only 24, so there's 6 remainder. Let's see.
yeah.
give that
So
to the people who
Weren't we 9
bought
people?
food.
I am pretty sure we were 9 people.
Were we 9? Oh, my bad.
Mm-mm.
1, 2, 3,
We
4,
were
5,
9.
6, 7, 8. No, there's
Yeah.
8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
we're
8.
9
Oh wait,
when we
there's
start.
9. There's
Ursula
9.
left.
Sorry.
Tala left. She said she didn't want any.
Hit. Are you sure?
Yeah, I think I heard her say she
Yeah,
didn't
that's
want
what
Yeah,
she
any.
said.
I think I heard you say something similar.
Yeah, but that's when she thought there wasn't enough to go for everybody to even get one.
I don't want to cut anyone out of the share because that would be a waste of their night, making no progress.
Yeah.
So.
But she bought the food. Yeah, she bought
We're
the
not
food.
cutting anyone.
I bought the torch.
So.
Yeah.
Even if we had 9 people, you would still have enough food, so don't worry about the food supply. But there was 9, so actually 30 divided by 9 is actually 3 each still, with a remainder of 3. So that can go towards Ursula, who paid for bags of torches and food. Or
Yeah,
maybe
can I get
maybe
one for my
one for
torches?
Eden to buy torches, one
Yeah.
two to Ursula for food.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So,
would be fine.
Alright, so then Eden will get 4 for this game. Everyone else gets 3, except for Ursula, who gets 5.
Well,
alright, that should do it.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and get off because I'm very tired right now.
Yeah.
Good night.
All good.
See you guys
Have a
around.
good night, everyone, and I'll see you at the next one.
Take care, guys.
See you guys.
Thank you. Take
Thank you
care
for
and
playing.
this was fun. I actually enjoyed it, but I'm very tired.
Appreciate it.
Have a great
Alright,
rest.
you have a good night.
Take care,
Thank you
man.
for joining us.
Thank you. All right, thank you. All right, good night.
Good night.
Yeah, I'm heading off as well, so see ya.
Alright. Have a good night, AUB, Gold, Idol,
Night.
Silver, Sylvia, and Valo. If you guys have any questions, feel welcome to message me. But I'll see if I can run another game tomorrow. I am leaving tomorrow for like the later part of the day, but I might be around for a 10 a.m. game, 10 to 1300. So if you're awake,
Okay.
please join. Alright.
Alright,
Have
have
a good night.
fun. See you guys.
Good night.